we are going to be heading out onto the water in kayaks to a haunted, abandoned farm.
Hello? Is there somebody out here?
That's loud as fuck from behind you.
Kebble. Things will happen. For life after death, yes. Are you here with us? Are you really here with us right now? Yes. Can you make that device go off if you're here with us? And it goes off. Tell me how that's not proof.
Hello and welcome to What Goes Bump the Night. I'm your host, Riley Clark, and alongside me, as always, is
Trevor Jensen.
And tonight we are joined by the explorers of the unknown, the entire squad.
Ow!
Yes, sir.
But before we jump into the interview and such, we do have some notifications to clear because we did just hit 400 subscribers today. So thank you, Night Crew, and thank you to everyone that has joined the Night Crew.
And for everybody that's new, a like, a comment goes a long way. There's a whole lot of people in this live stream list too that backlog. Check it out. Go follow their pages. Everybody's amazing. Everybody that's new to the channel is amazing. And I just can't say nice enough things. Everybody's fucking great. All right. Enough of that. Enough of the gushy. Boys, my family, my dudes. So where are y'all from? Me and Riley had this hot debate where it's like, I think they're in like Midwest territory, right? Wrong? No,
East, right?
Wrong.
East, the East.
Yes,
Weast?
sir.
Weaster.
Yeah.
Northeast.
We're going Weaster.
We're from PA.
PA.
Okay.
All right, all
I
right.
originally was like, are they from Ohio or PA? And he's like, I don't think either. And I was like, I don't fucking know, dude. So all you all born and bred there?
Yep.
All of us besides Aidan, right?
Yeah, I was actually born in Ohio.
Amazing. I love
All
that.
right.
So how did you guys all like come to be in this group together? Or like did you all just like find each other over time in this field?
Oh man, that is a loaded question. You better get
I know it is.
ready.
We always
We
up
always
top.
start-
It's loaded.
So listen up. So you ever like go driving with your boy and like you just start like naming things, yo, we should do that, you know how cool that would be, dude. Oh my god, let's do it. Well,
Yep.
I was like, I had some paranormal, experiences early on in my life with my dad because he did this for like 20 plus years before I was even freaking born. He's part of this huge paranormal group. So he took me when I was like 12 to do this kind of stuff, right? So I was like, yo, Aidan, Aidan and I, we really like, cryptids, Sasquatch, aliens, paranormal crap, all the stuff, right? Matt's right. But anyway, so I was like, bro, what if we start a YouTube channel and just did that? Like, just we're
yeah.
doing stuff like that anyway. We're going to
Yep.
exploring abandoned locations, doing all that crap. Like, why don't we just do it anyway and film it? And people probably
love
watch.
it.
So that's what we did. And then we had an original group of me, Aidan, and then Joe was a part of it. And then
There was.
a buddy of mine, Damon, and we had a little bit of a falling out. So not with Joe, but the Damon guy. And then Aidan and I just said, let's just cut it back to us two, and we'll just do that from then on. And then as you know, we improved our content. We needed more hands, and I'm like, I got closer with Ethan because we've been best friends for a while, but then we kind of went apart. So I'm like, Ethan, bro, how about you join? He's like, sure, why not? And then I asked Joe to join, and then Joe's here, and now it's just us four. Couldn't be better.
I love that. I love that so
That's
much.
awesome. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's a brotherhood. Like me and Riley were extremely close. Like some might say besties. And like we were playing hockey together, and it just turned into like when we were just hanging out, it would just
And then
turn
we
into
started
this
working
organic
together,
shit
and
where
then-
yeah, exactly how you guys had it. And then yeah, like you said, we started working together, and it's like, bro, you like podcasting? I like podcasts. And then that idea turned into another idea, and that fucking snowballs into this, and it's like, wow, this is fun.
Yeah. Heck
And
yeah.
at what point did it become more than just like when you were like going out and exploring and like recording it? Did it become more like I need to make this more of like a production value as well on top of investigating? Because I know for me and Riley it was kind of hard being like, okay, every time we record, it's like our feet and it's fucking blackness. Like we gotta actually put a little time and effort into making this look better.
Well, when I was younger, it all stems from like my youth with my dad and stuff, right? So, I grew up watching, I know this is controversial, but Ghost Adventures.
We
I'm
all
just
did.
like,
We all love
we
it.
all did. We all did. I'm like, this is so good. And, I went out and filmed content and look, I was like, oh man, editing it. My first ever video blew up. It's got like almost 10K views for no reason.
Bravo.
It sucks. It's
That's
not
how we
good.
feel about our first couple, where it's like, this is
Exactly.
it?
Exactly. And I captured good evidence too. So I went back and showed all my friends, and they're like, yeah, this is okay.
Intriguing.
It's okay. And I'm like, what do you mean okay? They're like, Shawn, it's not good. Like
I
the
love that
stuff
they
you
were
captured
real
is
with you,
good,
though.
but like, you know what I mean? So I was like, you know what? Let's start cooking here. Let's start, ramping it up, getting more professional with it, getting like the production value a little better. Because our Fort Mifflin videos, the second set of videos we ever did, a lot of it was black screens.
Oh
And
yeah.
we're like, we can't do that. So yeah, we started ramping it up right away as soon as we could, as soon as we had the budget for it.
I felt that 1,000,000% actually.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's go around the horn. Aidan, were you a believer from a young age, or did this just grow on you?
Yeah, I would say I was for the most part a believer, but I kind of got into this because I wanted to sort of find out for sure, And the
Sure.
first video we did there at Waldorf, like pretty much 100% solidified it for me because I had never experienced anything like that,
Oh yeah.
and it was it was real. I was sitting there with the dowsing rods, and I could like feel it,
Yeah, like
and
your
and
skin
all yeah.
twist
Dowsing
with it
rods are
too.
crazy, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, and just
hard to
all the other
explain.
stuff, the flashlight and all the other stuff we used.
It's the best feeling when you're like, what the fuck is happening? Like, I legitimately cannot explain this away because, like, we're skeptics. Like, me and Riley are definitely like, yo, logic. That can't be happening. The
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah, I try not to. I say in general, we try not to like assume it's 100% paranormal and try and get more confirmation as much as we can. But if it's consistently weird and consistently can't be explained, then I
Yeah.
would say you could say it's paranormal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we-
like to use the rule of three.
Rule
You were just
3.
gonna say it. I knew
Yeah.
it.
So our theory is like if 3 things happen at the same time, like that's unexplainable, really, in my opinion. Like, why are 3 things correlating for no reason, right? Like, say a cat ball goes off, Spirit Talker says something relative, and then a REM pod goes off. Like, what?
Yeah, like what in real coincidence chance is that? I don't think there is a coincidence chance at all.
Exactly.
So, what about you, Joe? What got you into the paranormal?
Mm-hmm.
So it was, I would say, definitely I wouldn't say I was a full believer in it until I'm still skeptical about it, but what kind of solidified me was at the Waldorf. We were in the attic part of it. They were doing that's like where we did our first video, the one I got like that's doing pretty well. But we were doing the dowsing rods, and I was standing in the corner, and there was nothing there, no bugs, no spiders or anything, and I felt a pinch on my neck,
Oh
and I
fuck.
turned around, and there was nothing there. And now we went back to the Waldorf, like a month or so later, and Shawn's brother was with us, and he's shorter than me. He was standing in the same spot, and he felt the same exact pinch on his neck.
Oh shit.
Really?
So it couldn't be like he couldn't have backed up into something, because like if it hit my neck, it wouldn't have hit his neck at that time,
Yeah, exactly.
and there was nothing there either. So I'm not sure what it could have been, and
That's
what
exactly
got me.
what happened to me
That's
too. Like,
that's so interesting too that both of your like, deciding factors, like I believe in this stuff, is the same
Sounds like
location,
that
kind of
place
like the
is
same
fucking
same
nuts.
moment almost.
Yeah, I had my hair pulled the first time when it happened to me before I was an investigator, and it's like, whoa, no, like that doesn't just happen.
No, yeah, it was I had a picture. I have a picture of it somewhere. I think Shawn might have it, but it's of the mark that was left on his brother's neck. It was like
in
a like a like a bright red mark that was just like
It
on
was
the
in the
back of his
video.
neck.
It was in the video. In the second, the part 2 video, you can see his neck is red, and there's no like it couldn't have been like a spider bite or anything. There's no like little raised area.
Yeah,
It
there's
was
not a
just, it was
bump
just
or
red.
anything.
Yeah, it was
That's
just red.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Riley has this theory too that if say like you get touched by a spirit or something, instead of it being like, you know, like a harmful like pinch or something, that's just a release of energy. So it's like that's why you get that like skin reaction the way it is.
Mm.
Like electricity burn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's interesting.
So what about you, Ethan? What got you started in all this good look?
Honestly, when I was younger, I never believed in really anything like that. You know, I've had a couple weird experiences, but I've always been, you know, more skeptic. And then really the only reason I did it when Shawn asked me was I just wanted to try it out,
Oh yeah.
see if I would like it. And my first ever actual paranormal investigation, we investigated a hospital near us, and I forget what we were doing. I think Shawn was checking on one of our static cams, and behind me, I heard a set of footsteps. I think it was 3
Oh, shit.
footsteps, like they were passing behind me. And that was the first ever real experience I had, like with anything paranormal. And I believe you could hear them on camera; they're just faint. And that kind of got me thinking, like, you know, maybe there is something to this. And so that's just why I've stuck with the channel. And over time, you know, through all the videos and experiences, I'm definitely believe a little bit more in it now. We've had some stuff I simply can't explain on the channel.
I love that. Sometimes my favorite stories are people that are like, no, there's no chance in hell I believe in this. And then that exact thing happens where it's like, just try it. Just give it a go. Give it a whirl. You might
Yeah.
find that there's something that you really missed. Because I always like to say, like, it's finding a unicorn. Where it's like, dude, like I literally never thought that I would see this in real life, but here it is. And it's clean as fucking clean. And it's what? Like I can't actually fathom it. That's the best part about it too, is like,
Yeah.
what is this?
Yeah.
No clue.
We've even
Yeah.
had nights too that like maybe you guys have had nights like this too. It feels like nothing happened the entire night, and then you go back and you watch the evidence and you're just like mind blown. You're like, why were we missing everything that was happening right in front of us?
We've had a lot of those nights where you know, it seems like nothing's going on, and the amount of like disembodied voices we capture on camera, not even on EVP, but like on cameras, has been insane. Like I know one that stands out to me the most is when we went to the Twin Tunnels. That was just Aidan and I back early in our time. But man, like we were like, okay, like we got nothing, and then at the very end we got a little bit of flashlight, which you know, it's whatever. But in the beginning, we hear like this womanly gasp that's not caught on the EVP device, but it's caught on our cameras, and you can see my mouth closed, and it's so close to my camera, it sounds like it's me making the noise, but I can't make that noise with my nose. And you can actually hear Aidan, who's standing in the background filming me. You can hear it very faintly on his camera as well. So something was right up on me.
Oh
And
yeah.
it wasn't me making that noise. It is very odd. But yeah, we've captured a lot of stuff like that. Yeah.
I love that. So would you guys say that like a lot of your a lot of the stuff that you capture is mostly like EVP or like, you know, like has to do more with that? Or do you guys really enjoy using like electronical devices and things like that too?
Well, I'll speak for me personally. I'll let these guys corroborate there. But for me, like we use everything. We use the devices. We like to go silent sometimes in our investigations and just listen. But I know my favorite evidence will always be like just something that happens, not through devices. Because I mean, like we have an Ovilus.
Yep.
It's a great device. Everyone uses
Just
it.
that
Right?
one too.
Really?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
great.
just
It's
last
great.
week.
But you know what I mean? It's a device. There's always that
Yeah.
what if factor. Like what if, it's just programmed to say random crap and it just somehow aligns. So like my favorite stuff will always be the disembodied footsteps, the disembodied voices that are only captured on camera, the things being thrown, the shadow figures. That's always my favorite part.
Right.
What about you guys? Aiden, Joe, Ethan?
I would say
Well,
for me,
Ethan,
you go first, Aidan. You got
I'm
it.
first in the circle, man.
I want the talking stick.
Yeah, I would say if there's no really obvious stuff like stuff moving or sounds that are picked up, then my go-to would be the flashlight actually, because probably just because that was the first thing I ever used, and
Okay.
I mean it's kind of it could be random, so the way I would like kind of sort that out is if the answers are very consistent,
Yeah.
and if we've had it where it's not wishy-washy, it's like on or it's off. And if
Yeah,
it
and there's
does
not
that,
like a 30-second pause. It's
yeah,
like
yeah, we've had
And I
that.
like
And
to like if I was to do, we've never actually done the flashlight experiment, but like what you're saying, like the consistency thing, ask the same question different ways to see if you get the same like result.
yeah, and if it's not as like sharp on and off, if it's kind of in between, then don't take that with a grain of salt. Don't really consider that as
I like
good
that.
evidence.
mhm.
So yeah, Joey, what's up?
Next.
I think my favorite like thing to use would be the EVP, just because like if you don't capture anything, like you think you're not capturing anything or like nothing's going on, you could go back and like listen to it, and then you would hear stuff that you normally wouldn't hear with like the ear. I think we caught a lot of things like that. Uh, like in the Pine Barrens, I know we got, or no, it wasn't the Pine Barrens. We thought we did, but it was actually Shawn, and he said that in the video. There was actually at work, or this place I work at, we investigated, and there was this one voice we heard on the EVP that we didn't hear normally in person. And it was just, it's weird to like capture things like that and not actually be
is.
able to hear it.
Yeah, like
It
where the
is.
fuck did that come from?
Yeah.
It always got me wondering, like, how do spirits make noises? Like, how does that
Yeah,
work? dude?
right?
Yeah, it's like, oh, sorry, if you want to go, Ethan.
I was just gonna say you just have to ask him yourself.
There you go.
Right to
Yeah.
the point.
There you go.
For me, I would probably say every time we've done isolation or I, by myself, I have horrendous luck with any form of electronic equipment. I get absolutely nothing. So I generally like to try and just listen, try and hear anything next to me. Like that's the only type of evidence I've ever gotten. I don't think I've ever had any luck with any electronic device. So
Our bodies
I don't
are
really like 'em.
100% devices, though.
Yeah.
Like, we're
Yeah.
literally giant walking sensors, if you ask me.
Yeah, we've had multiple people when we asked this question to everybody, what your favorite device is, and multiple people have said like themselves, like Noah, Spirit Stalkers,
There's a few others, too. I mean, we've
Clayton,
done,
I
like,
think might
30
even
different
to,
people
yeah.
now.
It's a good. What other way to like have an experience? You know what I mean?
Sorry, something Matt said is an inside joke.
I was going to say, I can see that where this is going, and it's like, that's fucking hilarious. Ay,
yeah.
ay, ay. So, how many investigations would you guys say you've gone on now? A lot, or like, like try to do it once a weekend kind of thing, or once a month kind of thing?
Well, our upload schedule has been all over the place. We're trying to currently develop a schedule.
Yep.
We were, when I was, in school and not working full time, I was trying to get a video every 2 weeks. And now we kind of exhausted all of the locations around our area where we live. all the small locations. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
the Downingtown Tunnel, all that stuff that you can just show up to for free.
Yep.
So now we're moving. Now that I have a good stream of income in, my dad can pitch in as well. We're starting to move into bigger and better locations. Like we got Hillview Manor in November.
Oh,
We
fuck
got White Hill Mansion and Penhurst back-to-back days in December.
Wow.
All
It's gonna
private
be
rented out.
cold.
Yeah.
That's gonna be
So-
awesome for sure.
Yeah, we're in for a doozy there, but we're trying to upload about every 3 weeks. I could do 2, but I rush it and it's not as good, and I prefer
Exactly.
quality over quantity. So every 3 weeks, we're looking at Saturday, like 7 p.m. or something. But we what I like to do is I like to film like a bunch of videos at once. That
Mhm.
way I got them on deck. Because if you like film it, right? Let's say I go to, a haunted Starbucks down the street and I film it and then I work on it for 3 weeks, post it, then go out and try to find another location, get there, record everything, then swap everything, give it all to these guys. We
Yep.
all watch the footage. And by that time, you already got a weekend that you could have already had filmed and edited. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So yeah, I prefer, if I can, if it's even possible, film everything, like a bunch of videos at once. Like I think I got like 3 videos now, just like chilling in the hard drive, unedited. So yeah.
That's pretty much what we're doing. We're trying to bank as many as we can before the end of the year, especially like smaller locations, like how you guys said you exhausted it. Like we still have a few that we have yet to be able to hit, and a couple that we would actually like to go back to. So it's like, yeah, that's the formula is right there. You know what I mean? Where it's like, shoot, the window closed.
Dog
The
barked
window
outside.
closed. Bark, bark. Just wait, we'll have a cat in here soon enough on the table meowing at us.
Yeah.
Yes,
will.
do it.
Wandering around.
I
Yeah,
love
Butts are the
kitties.
best. So what is your guys' favorite locations have been so far? And it doesn't have to be from the evidence you captured. Just like, like personal, like I loved this because, like it was just fucking sweet.
I'll be the last one to say it. Someone else say it. Say one of theirs.
I don't know. I can't
I have
think
to
yet.
think
Let
first.
me give me a minute.
Yeah.
I've been to so many
Mine-
places, and I can only
Mine comes
remember,
with
like,
a
2.
story, so I don't want to like sit here and spew a story out and not let these guys talk. So I'll let them say their thing first.
I know it's a hard one too, because there's many reasons why. I'm a history buff
Yeah,
myself, so
maybe
that's a big reason why.
We'll break the ice on it. How about that? So my favorite location is probably Eloise Asylum.
Yeah,
Even though it was like a big group investigation, it still was like mind blowing. It was the most active place that I'd ever experienced at that time, and I seen things and things were happening intelligently, and it was just absolutely insane.
yeah, and mine would have had to be like Old Lincoln County Jail, because that was the first major location we ever did, and I went in there not expecting shit, because we had done cemeteries and stuff before that, and we would catch stuff, but it was never anything on the level that we had caught there. And Ghost Adventures caught that fucking shadow man in the window. Like I was already fangirling enough just walking around that building. So it's like when I got the cherry on top, it's like this place, this is fucking top tier shit.
That's awesome.
All right, I think
Andy-
I got mine.
Okay.
Oh.
There we
Go
go.
ahead. Sean, did you want to go, or you
No,
good?
I was going to ask you if any of you figured it out yet.
Okay, yeah,
Just pumping
probably.
serotonin straight into your brains.
Yeah, probably the haunted museum that we went to in Gettysburg,
Oh fuck
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. for
because
sure,
a
that would be
lot
sick.
of stuff happened. It was kind of funny. Who looked at the doll?
It was me.
Oh yeah, it was you. This guy like opens this shutter, and he's like, "Oh, check that out." And Shawn looks at it, and he's like, "Oh, okay." And the guy's like, "Yeah, it's a haunted doll. If it doesn't like you, you'll die. If you look at it, and it doesn't like you, you will die." And I'm like, and he didn't tell
Fuck
Shawn.
you.
He was just like, "Yo, check that out." And this stuff is real. Like the other one, if you there was a a camera there where if you like take a picture, it'll have like a artifact on it, like a
Yeah.
whatever, like a slash or something. And that's like how you'll die. And it actually happened. Like it like some guy had a heart attack after he took a picture of himself with this thing, and the like artifact was on his chest.
Oh my
Oh
fuck.
god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
So
That dude's dark.
yeah, yeah. And also in Gettysburg, you get to hang out and camp and eat. So
And
it's-
eat. Yeah.
it's
You
just-
threw
yeah,
that
it's
one
just-
in there, huh? Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's just a
slide
good place
in.
to be, man.
Shout out General Pickett's Buffet, R.I.P.
Yeah, yeah. They claim they're coming back, but I haven't seen it.
2024, they say.
They said
Springtime.
2023 last year.
They did.
Sliding scales.
Yeah, we'll see about it. We'll see.
Joe,
Oh, Lord.
your heart at
think-
thought.
I think I have my place.
He's been stewing.
I've been stewing it up. So I work at this like restaurant bar area, and we investigated that. I would say that was probably my favorite because, so Ethan and I were in the back room. So like there's this room that's kind of like in the back of the building. And then Shawn, Aidan, and his dad were on the other side of the building, and then in between us is like the kitchen area.
Yeah.
And I was walking around the front to get to them, and there was a loud bang in the kitchen.
Oh shit.
So it sounded like something was thrown. None of us were in there. We don't know what it was, and it was kind of exciting to like catch that. And I think that's like the best thing that I've ever that we ever caught. That I think. So I think that's why that was probably my favorite, I think.
Fuck yeah. And you spend a ton of time there too if you're working there. So it's
Right.
like it's
Yeah.
just even better where it's like, oh shit, now I know something is happening here.
Yep. Yeah, because it's like a lot of people that I work with claim to see like they think they've seen something like in the corner of their eye, or they hear things when nothing's really there. I was in the basement by myself. Like I mean we were working, like people were there, but I was the only one in the basement. And I heard laughing, and no one was down there. I don't know where it came from, because everyone was outside at the time because it was in the summer.
Yeah.
And I think that was like, it's just like kind of creepy there to think about. But I think that was my favorite place.
Hell
May-
yeah.
If I may intervene, that's the place when we all heard the thing thrown, you can hear it hit like a wall and hit the floor. Never found the object, but if you remember back earlier into the podcast when Joe said something about an EVP captured, if you looked at my screen, I was freaking out because this is so cool to me. But we did a solo of that investigation. It was the Riverwalk Saloon, and I did my solo in the basement. Everyone's upstairs. Well, we left an EVP audio recorder, on the first floor, and no one was on the first floor. That was during my thing in the basement, and we capture an EVP saying Joe. So they know Joe. They know who he
Holy
is.
shit.
They know who he is. Yeah, yeah. It was creepy as hell, but Joe, they know you there, bro.
We have the clip of that thing being thrown.
Yeah,
too,
it's actually in the play. We
made a playlist so we could bring it up and show it and talk about it.
So
And you guys are already talking about it.
So
There you
thanks
go.
for talking about it.
Let's
We
see
might
that.
as well pull it up.
Might as well.
It's very noisy. Can you knock on the box? What the fuck was that? What the fuck was it? Move that way. Let's go. Is that move. That's not something in the freaking kitchen. Where's Ethan?
No, Ethan's in the back room right now.
Can you knock on the box? What the fuck was that? What the fuck was it? Move that way. Let's go.
If you are Noel, if that was your answer to our question.
You guys keep looking. You're filming right now. I want to check up on anything. See, make sure. You didn't knock anything over, did you?
No.
Dude, something just got thrown or fell in the kitchen.
Whatever you have to say.
I'm not
That's
sure.
the next one.
Is this the EVP you're talking about too?
No. That's
No,
that's
okay.
the Riverwalk. I don't know if we made a short on that. Maybe.
We'll save the Riverwalk for later. But dude, what the fuck? I was thinking about it earlier after we watched this. I was like, if that was the HUD turning on or like a ventilation thing, no fucking way it sounds like that. It sounds like somebody took a utensil and just went,
Sounds like like a pencil like hitting something. That's what
Sounds
I
to
thought
me
it
like
sounded
a plastic cup or something.
That
Yeah, dude.
too.
Just the location that it happens in, the fact that it's in the kitchen, which to me, hearing that type of sound makes a ton of sense. And then the fact that you can't catch it either is like, okay, if it wasn't an object actually getting thrown, it's probably a residual sound of something, because it's like that place itself does look like it's probably like got a lot of older antique things in there. It looks cool, not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's wild in there. They got Joe. What they got? A giant motorcycle hanging on the wall, right? Something like that.
Yeah, they have like a motorcycle. It's kind of like not on the wall, but like kind of like in the air. They
Yeah,
have
they got it suspended.
yeah, they have a lot of old pictures, old antiques just scattered around the building. Things that are probably shouldn't be there, but they're there.
I believe in haunted objects. And you can't tell me
100%.
that there isn't residual energies that just leak off of it, or if they're like charged battery sources for the energy that is residing there already. Who knows? It could work either way. So,
Well, speaking of haunted objects, I'll let it go to Ethan real quick. But what Aiden said about that haunted museum in Gettysburg, there's a doll. I forget do you remember what they were called? The doll with the baby teeth in it, like the real human hair and baby teeth.
What?
Yeah, if
I
you
don't
had an
know.
infant that died or whatever, they would make like a tribute doll of some sort and use their hair and teeth. This thing had straight up
Black
real
Magic.
baby teeth in it. And
yeah,
we captured, we left the static cam in that room. We captured like real, like, I don't know if it was baby crying, but it was like children talking and squealing. And you can even hear my dad say, "What the hell was that?" And like, it's captured on camera. It's ridiculous.
that's
The things
nuts.
that we have caught, it's insane to me. I never thought we'd catch like this much, like this early into
That's
our
how I
career.
feel.
But it's wild. It's absolutely unreal. But Ethan, what is your favorite place?
So I'm still relatively new to this. I think I've only been on like 5 or 6 investigations, so I don't have a very big pool to choose from. But probably my favorite so far was the Pine Barrens in New Jersey when we went there. Because I'll always admit this, I'm a absolute coward when it comes to the woods. They just freak me out for no reason. So that entire time I was just cowering in the corner. And just for that fear factor of just being on an investigation and just not liking the woods, it was just the most fun I've had for some reason. Just the overall environment of it, I just loved, even though I was scared the entire time.
I mean, you're no longer the apex predator out in those places.
Yeah,
That's
the whole
scary
time I was
part.
looking behind, just looking for bears. Not even ghosts anymore. It's looking for bears or anything.
Hell yeah. I mean, Jersey Devil's one thing, but like
Mhm.
a real live bear, that's really scary.
I don't think I'm winning.
No, you don't think we can clutch the 1v4, Ethan?
No,
No,
I don't.
sure. We
You
win
gotta get on
those.
his back.
What are
You
you
gotta
talking
control. You gotta get ground control, and then you gotta get top mount, and then you might be okay.
Stick your hand down its
If
throat.
we
that
can
way you
use-
suffocate it.
If we can use one person as just like a chew toy while like the other one gets like a
Yeah, someone
like
has
rear
to be a
naked
chew
choke.
toy like that.
Not
That
it.
has to happen.
I don't know. I think Aidan would be the best.
Yeah.
You're squirmy, Aidan.
Well, I've got
Oh,
the
fuck.
keys, so how are you gonna get out? How are you gonna leave?
I like
We
If
come
we're-
back after.
if we're talking like ghost adventures, Aidan is our Aaron Goodwin, 100%.
We bounce around a lot of the times where it's like, all right, who's getting fucked tonight?
Yeah.
That's so funny. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure on one of our last actually the one that's gonna come out on the 18th, we're pretty sure we heard a growl in the woods that may or may not have been a big cat because we have cougars and shit out here.
Ooh.
Yeah, mountain lion, cougar, same thing.
But we
like,
didn't hear
good.
it with our own ears. Though.
Yeah.
That's the weird thing.
but like you can hear it clear as day going, ooh. And it's like, oh, that's like a vocal sound of a fucking big animal.
Luckily for you, Aidan's a cougar hunter, so you got it.
Bum, bum,
Oh wait, y'all talking about
bum.
the animal though?
Oh my god, I knew
Yeah.
I knew this.
It is
I knew this
cougar
was gonna
season,
turn
though.
into some stuff like that. I meant the whole stream was gonna go off the rails.
Eventually,
The
I can't believe
rails
we
are
stayed on
not
the rails
here.
this long.
Yeah.
Props to us.
All right, Shawn, what do you got for us? What's your favorite?
Everyone loves this one, but Sachs Bridge, Gettysburg, great place. So here's the story. This place is kind of what birthed this channel. This is what made me a believer, so to speak. So my dad loves history, huge history buff. I'm also a history buff. I love that stuff.
Oh yeah.
So what better place to go every summer than Gettysburg, right? It's only
Right.
like a couple hours away. So we go, and my dad takes me out. He's also a ghost hunter, obviously. So he takes me out, just us two. Sorry, just us two. And, you know, he's got the flashlight going. We capture intelligent flashlight responses. We capture straight up EVPs of like people not like talking that weren't there. Like, my dad's like, "Hello, my name is Dave. This is my son Shawn," and he leaves a pause, obviously, you know, so the spirit can respond.
Yeah.
You literally hear, "Hi, Shawn. Hi, Shawn," like right after that, which is insane because I never heard that. But in the back of my mind, I was telling my dad, I'm like, "Yeah, this is real, 100%." But in the back of my mind, I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. But
Don't
then
fuck with me.
Right.
one day, I was like 50% believer. Then one day we did a public paranormal tour. I was 12 years old. We went to Sachs Bridge, and Sachs Bridge was a the Confederate field hospital. And 12-year-old Shawn, you know, hey, you know, Union, you know, dressing up as a soldier, cool. I like guns, so I dress up as a Union soldier. I dress up as a Union soldier. And there's a little girl named Caroline, and she died in a carriage accident right by the bridge. So I was actually I had the EMF meter out, and we were playing the colors game or whatever.
Yeah.
And it would go from green to red, and, you know, green to yellow, green to yellow. I told her a color, she picked it. It was insane. And I'm standing there. Now, this is on the 150th year anniversary of Gettysburg, which is in beginning of July. Okay?
Yep.
Beginning of July, nighttime on a covered bridge. There's no AC, there's no nothing. 80 degrees out, right?
Oh
So I'm
yeah.
in my costume, and I feel like I'm standing in a pool of cool water. And I'm like, what the hell? So I'm like, yo, Dad, my legs are really cold right now. So they had like one of the thermometers that shows the laser pointer. They shine it at my chest. It is 80 degrees. They shine it at my legs. It is 40 degrees.
Stop
40
it.
degree. I'm not even kidding. That's when I was like, listen, like there's believing, and then there's like that.
That's
know what I mean?
seeing it.
You are
Yeah,
not the same
believing
after that.
What?
You aren't. So that's what went from like, yeah, I think this is real, whatever, to that happening to me. I'm like, listen, I gotta figure out more. I gotta figure out
Dude.
more. And then a couple years later, my dad and I go back. This is the only time we've ever been. This was, you know, pre YouTube days, but
Yeah.
this is the only time I've ever been chased out of a location. We go back to Sachs Bridge. We go there like every year. It's just me and my dad this time. We get out of the car, and we're there for, I'll be generous and give us 5 minutes. We're there.
Oh man.
We thought we were going to be harmed. We
Oh,
really
wow.
did. It's like if we stayed there another moment, like I'm not sugarcoating anything. I'm not like over exaggerating.
Yeah, you're
And
not
my
playing
dad
it
will
up.
attest to this. We thought we were going to be harmed, like seriously harmed. And my dad and I were like, listen, we gotta go. We can't stay here.
It's
for
not
this."
right.
So we dipped right back in the truck and went home, and that was our night. So it's a
Wow.
crazy place, and we've been there multiple times, and every time we go there, it's never a dull moment. This past time, Aidan got negatively affected. Who, like, I read that first. I want to be the first one to say I read that shit. I was like, yo, Aidan's like being a little weird, and then
Dude.
Aidan, you want to tell it, or from your side, or what?
Yeah, piggyback
that-
this shit.
Yeah,
Let's
kinda
go.
leads
yeah.
into, like,
So
the next
so
question. Perfect.
oh, it was really weird,
That's so
man.
much gas.
Someone like I had my energy drink because it was like 3 a.m.
Mm.
and that got like knocked over by Joey or something, right? And I got like kind of irritated, which was already like kind of weird.
You,
'cause
you seem like such an even-tempered guy.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
usually
it doesn't come across
I'm
as
usually
like, fuck, dude, what are
yeah.
you doing?
I'm usually pretty chill, you know. And then Shawn's little brother Aaron, he like said something to me, and I had the thought to like punch him in the head or something. Like I had this like crazy like
Intrusive
instant
thought.
like instant like violence thought, and I was like, yo, wait. And
Damn.
then I thought about it. I'm like, wait a minute, this is insane. Why am I tweaking out over like
Water.
something small? And then Sean's like, dude, maybe you're being negatively affected or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, because it was so weird. Like
It's out of character as fuck.
yeah. And then when I became conscious of it, I realized I was like, oh, yeah. And then I I wasn't like that anymore. But it was so weird. If you're not paying attention to like why you're acting a certain way, I guess it is easy to be like that. But it was really weird.
Headspace is definitely a big thing.
I like to always say, like, when you're a paranormal investigator, you got to try to keep the clearest head possible. Like, you can't let like random if you notice like random emotions, like you got to pay attention and let everyone else know what's going on, because that's the safest bet. Because otherwise, like, who's gonna know you better than the people that you're paranormal investigating with, right? So like,
Agreed.
if you think you're acting weird and you go, am I acting weird right now, guys? Probably gonna say, yeah, you are a little bit. Like, what's going
Yeah,
on?
you're not being your normal like satire self. You know, it's funny though, Shawn, how you were saying like you know you go from being a believer to a believer. Because at first I was like, all this electrical equipment, like our REM that we use all the time, I love it. Didn't really love it at first. Like, it was until we went out into Mouth Cemetery near where we are, and we were walking around a cemetery that is overgrown, unkept, and there's no power lines or any reason why there should be any type of like spikes or anything out there. And it was in a like an electrical heat lightning storm that night, but we weren't getting struck by lightning. So it wouldn't make sense to why we captured the spikes we were. But you know, questions, it would ping. But then we were walking around and it went up to like 300 milligauss. And I was like, wait, it can do that? Like, the fuck is this? And then I looked it up. It's the equivalent to a nuclear bomb going off in an energy spike. So it's like, yeah, seeing like an 80-degree chest to a 40-degree fucking, you know, like leg. It just goes to show, like, fucking experience that and you tell me.
Exactly. 100%. And like we've been doing it for what, 2 years now? And ever since, like, I've gone out and done investigations, like, even, you know, before the YouTube channel. After that, I've never had anything like that ever happen, like, once.
Neither have we. Yeah,
Like,
it was that unicorn, like we were saying earlier. It's that
Never seen
unicorn that you
anything
just
like it
what
before.
the fuck moment.
100%. 100%.
Your next question, because I've got so many loaded.
Okay, so we were kind of touching on it just a moment ago, and Aidan was talking about how he got negatively affected. So I want to know, what's your guys' thoughts on like attachments, or have you dealt with an attachment personally, or do you not believe in that an attachment can happen?
I see Ethan
do you
down there. He wants to say something.
So I don't know if I necessarily believe in them, but ever since I've been on the channel, at the end of every investigation, we always like get in a circle and do a little speech, you know, along the lines like, you cannot follow us, we do not give you permission to follow us to home, you have to stay here, we will return and speak to you, and along those lines. But you know, I'll always like, rather safe than sorry. So even if I don't necessarily believe in them, I've never experienced one, I'd rather, you know, not find out that they're real and bring something home with me. So
yeah, we're bad about saying don't come home with us. Like, really bad about it.
I feel like it's because we want to test it to see if something.
We're limit testing here.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not the best approach, but
I know of people, you know, who had attachments, who have attachments. I've never personally had one, and I'm not trying to find out. that's
I like
that's
that
what it
though.
is.
Like, it's not fun, especially since like me and Riley may or may not have something that followed us once or twice, you know, and we had dreams about it that were extremely alike, and we didn't tell each other for weeks until afterwards. And you know, it's like, that's kind of some funky shit, man. Like, now that it's like spilling over from the investigation, because usually, you know, it's like that night shit happens and you're like, cool, I'm gonna go home and it's fine. But like when it follows you home, it's a little different because now it's like I still can't explain what the fuck's happening, and I'm a little freaked out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
100%.
What you, Aiden? What do you got on this?
Yeah, I think attachments are real, and I'm not trying to find out the hard way that I'm right. So I try to make sure. I mean, we might have missed one or two, but I try to make sure and say and reiterate a few times, like, you can't follow us, don't. And I always say, like, don't bother trying, because if you do, we will find somebody to help us get rid of you. So I make it very clear.
Hell yeah, Joe. Were we coinciding with them?
I'm more on Ethan's side. I don't necessarily believe in attachments, but I'd rather be safe than sorry with like doing the whole speech and stuff after the investigation.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess my thing too when we were doing it was like I felt a little silly because I was like, if a ghost don't give a fuck, like, who's to say that they just ain't gonna do what they please? Which, I mean, granted, like, we don't actually know what the parameters of a ghost is.
Yeah.
But you're right, safe and sorry sounds a lot better because, like, even I'm still like I'm not 100% sold on sage, which I do think that there's like cleansing properties to it. Because
But I've also heard
I
the
don't know.
opposite, that it
It's an
angers
attractant?
that it can like anger a spirit. So I don't know.
Never
shoot.
used sage ever, so I have no clue.
Me either.
I've
So
only
I'm really,
one
my
time, and it
opinion
was
is
not my
not
choice.
like valid at all because I've never actually even done it. So.
Well, same thing with like a Ouija board. He's used one, but I've never had the chance to use one. Have you guys ever used a Ouija board?
I always said I'll never use a Ouija board. I'll never use it. Well, I went on that road trip with Matt from Horror Archives, and he's like, "Yo, dude, here's what I brought, bro." And he opens his trunk, and there it is. I'm like, "Oh man!" He's like, "Dude, we're doing it. We're
It's
doing
right
it."
in
I'm
front
like,
of
"All right,
me."
whatever, bro." We didn't even like. So I did it, and I expected it to be this big thing. We did it in the Hinsdale house. We did it in the Wildwood Sanatorium, and we didn't get much at all. We didn't get like
Very
anything.
underwhelming.
Yeah. So do I agree that they can, open portals and stuff and can wreak, very severe consequences when done incorrectly? I do. I still, just because I did it twice and didn't get, lifted up by my hands and, thrown against the wall, doesn't
Or
mean I
catch on
don't believe
fire.
in it. So, yeah, no. So I still think that they are real and they can be used as a means of communication. It's just I got unlucky, I guess. Well,
Yeah,
I guess
it's
I got
all
lucky,
cool.
but
Yeah,
yeah.
you did probably get lucky. I mean, realistically, like if they're portals, so are we. Like people are portals themselves too. Like we're just walking. Like, come to me, spirit. Yep, do your circus tricks. Okay.
Yeah, and mirrors too. That's what a
Yep.
lot of people say. Mirrors are
Oh yeah,
portals.
mirror scribing. He's
Yeah.
actually tried it before.
It was
never have.
weird. Have you guys ever done it? Like just stared into a mirror? I didn't do it correctly,
Oh,
apparently.
a little bit.
I was saying, but like I had a weird experience where like my face like went completely black and then like it was like all smoky looking and it was just like kind of like moving around, but I just like lost track of like what I fucking looked like. And I was like, am I tripping? Like, is this residual drugs? Like, what the fuck is happening? Like, I don't get this.
Aren't those called psychomandiums or whatever the heck? Where you like look in two
think so.
mirrors at
That's the word.
once, like
Mhm.
that mirror looks into this mirror and you're seeing yourself from behind, or I don't know. I
Yeah,
think
'cause
there's one in the Hinsdale house, but I never used that.
it doesn't like to me like when you get around mirrors in general, it almost feels like having an out of body experience. So like I feel like if you put yourself into that
Right, like
position,
actually seeing yourself.
you're like
that's kind of
skewing
crazy.
your like view of reality at that point. Cause like I feel like perception is supposed to be first person. Like, like we were meant to see this. Like I don't know if we were ever meant to see the reflection back into us.
100%.
That's interesting. But I do think
weird.
mirrors could definitely be portals. Like it makes so much sense. Like if you put a mirror in front of a mirror with like a door behind it, like it'll go on.
I mean,
for
yeah, the infinity effect is wild. You have a fucking infinity case right there. It's wild how the tricks you can do with mirrors is insane.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's crazy, man.
If you go to a corner of a hockey rink and look at the reflection of plexiglass just right, it'll look like the boards go like this forever. It's kind of crazy.
Really? Yeah, I haven't played
shout
much
out
hockey in
Kindred.
my day, so I don't know.
It's the best. Also, Kindred is the best. If you ever need somebody that has some of the most like wealth of knowledge that I have ever come across in a person,
Definitely.
hit him up and speak to this man's so intelligent. It's bonkers to me.
We'll get them on.
Oh,
We'll get 'em on, too.
100%.
Shout out Kindred.
So I heard this theory recently that with like how quickly our technology has advanced with like 5G and cellular like services and like just like nuclear power and power plants in general, like what if that has a negative effect on spirits and like locations in general, where it's like it's almost like if you have two really powerful energy sources fighting for a spot, it's almost like magnets where they push each other apart. Like to me, that feels like it could be happening because a lot of the times we'll get a lot of activity in locations where there's just not a whole lot of infrastructure built up. And then when we go to places where there is a lot of infrastructure and stuff around it, we'll get blips of cool things here or there, but it's not nearly as active as some of these just like off the wall random places. Like Sachs Bridge. Great example. It's a fucking bridge. Like it's just a bridge.
Well, that like I've always thought personally, like going to like the Conjuring series, like Ed and Lorraine Warren, right? So yeah. But it's like all of this crazy stuff happened in like the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, all that, and like you don't see that crap anymore. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that theory of the same like pull apart. Sorry, I'm stupid. But
We're good. Science.
Exactly. Whatchamacallit, that could be. That's probably why we're not seeing it no more. You know what I mean? All
Yep.
these crazy cases back in the 70s, could they have been over exaggerated? Probably. But there's something to it. There's
Yeah,
there's
they didn't
always
have the
something to
fancy
it for it.
flip flops and blip flops.
They
man.
did how many investigations? You're gonna say that all of them, were not real? Like that's
Yeah,
hard to say. Like
it's
man,
just
they
with-
got an
the
entire
same with
museum of
folklore.
haunted stuff and things that
Dude,
were used
it's
in
literally the same
the
with folklore and
wildest-
shit, dude. When it gets passed down through generations, like yeah, it might get skewed here and there, but like the basis of it, there has to be some type of real context to it. Like it might not be exactly what we think, but it has to have some type of basis. At least that's how I've always
made
looked at it.
Like
Exactly.
think about like the Native American drawings on the caves of giants, right?
Mhm.
They're like, oh, there's like 9 feet tall people, and everyone's like, nah, not happening. Everyone's like
They
5'5",
found
6
fucking
foot.
bones.
Yeah,
and
there's
they
bones.
found giant bones in
It's in the
caves.
Smithsonian right now in their fucking
Exactly.
archives.
So everything has, like you said, has a premise to it. Everything originated from something. Might not be what you think. Might have been over exaggerated down the years, but there is still, the thought process that made someone say, I need to tell someone about this story, like the Loch Ness Monster. Maybe it's not like a dinosaur, but something weird was going on where someone saw something weird. You know what I mean?
See, now we're cooking because now I'm on that ADHD train because it's like, like population is fucking booming. Like we were
we've been on this
100
for a minute.
Dude, this is my shit right now because it's so interesting. So like man itself, like in billions of us, that's overpopulation to its like craziest extent right now. Well, who's to say that like these vampires, these werewolves, all these like mythical cryptics that aren't real, what if there really was, and that's what was like creating the population control, and those were our apex predators, and now that they haven't been around as much and that maybe like they died off because of something or some type of disease, or wasting disease, because that is happening everywhere, it seems like that's why the population's boomed as much as it has, and that's why we have these stories of vampires, with these stories of lycans, these like all this crazy lore now where it's like there's movies made about all this shit. Well, yeah, because there might actually be premise for it all.
I think a lot of people, I know like that this is what they say about like I've heard this about kids, how they see, creatures and ghosts and stuff, and as you grow up, people are like, oh, that's not real, then they diminish these senses that you're born with.
Mhm.
I think a lot of people let society speak for them, so they're like, well, it was the movie about the werewolf dude, it's just a movie. It's just Hollywood. It can't be real. Everyone's like, oh, I didn't see a werewolf ever in my life, so it can't be real.
Yep.
Bro, come on. You telling me you looked all over the world? They're still finding like a new species of spider in Australia. Like you would have figured
every day.
We've seen everything so far. They're still finding new stuff today.
We've seen 2% of the Congo. 2%.
Exactly.
Of a massive forest.
And there's recently that picture of the giant snake. You ever see that where the
Didn't see that,
military
yeah.
people were flying over and they took a picture of a giant snake and it was like
in the Congo,
60
right?
feet fucking long in the Congo. Like
that's a fucking dinosaur.
Titanoboa still alive within the last 100 years. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, or like giant crocodiles. Like that's literally a dinosaur.
So y'all are cryptic believers, correct? Then can we assume?
Yeah, to some degree, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say there's a very
captured a cryptic. What?
Yeah.
Well,
in our Prime Barons video, we captured audio evidence. Yes.
And what video? We're gonna look at this right now.
Yeah, we hear at the end. You can hear straight up knocking on the trees, and I mean, I'm going to give a little bit of a spoiler. For our return video in the end of October, we went back to the Pine Barrens, captured nothing like that. Listen, I'm an Eagle Scout. I spent all my life in the woods. Aidan is an avid hunter with his father. We grew up, I mean, where we live, we grew up in the woods. That's our bread and butter.
Yep.
I have never, ever heard anything like that before. Ethan, when he wasn't cowering in the car because of bears, was looking up animals that can make knocking sounds. And through the extent of his, several hours of research on his phone, he could not find a single animal that could make these noises. Now, granted, we were there at like 2 or 3 a.m., so it had to have been nocturnal. I looked up every single animal, like the encyclopedia or whatever, of every known animal species living within the Pine Barrens. And I personally looked up every single one of their, mating calls, sounds they make. None of them can make the rhythmic knocks that we heard that night. It came in spans of 3 at the end there, and then it was like 4 in the beginning. But it wasn't a woodpecker because woodpeckers go. You know how tap. It was straight up like. At the end there, if you like skip to the end before we dip, you can hear like 3 knocks. And here's the messed up part. We thought we were at the Blue Hole. Okay, this is probably sounding all a bunch of nonsense to you because you don't really know much about the video. But we were at the Blue Hole, and the Blue Hole is supposed to be where the New Jersey Devil lives, right?
Yeah.
So we were at this body of water. Pitch dark, didn't do any exploring beforehand. We thought this body of water was indeed the Blue Hole. Well, these knocks came on the other side of the little river we were on, which we presumed to be the Blue Hole. About 50 yards past that, on the other side that we couldn't get to at the time, sits the Blue Hole. Exactly where the knocks were coming from.
That's fucking crazy.
Exactly to a T. I have it on video. When we went back the second time, you can see how far away it was. It's not very far at all. It's a mere 2-minute walk. And that is exactly where the knocks were coming from. So it's crazy. It's wild. I suggest when you guys, I'm not trying to plug my own thing here, but
no, plug it all you need.
After the podcast, you got to watch that 100%.
Right,
you text me on Twitter or just post on Twitter what you think about that, man. Because I offered a $25-$50 reward to anyone who could figure it out, and I didn't get a single text.
All right.
Yeah,
you let us know if we're
let us know if we're close.
It literally skip ahead to where we start running and then just chill like before that. It's faint, so you might have to turn it up.
The Blue Hole, and you've killed those people. How about you rise out of those murky depths and come get us right now? We traveled a very long way to hear you, to talk to you,
Here it is.
to see you. That's the same fucking
Okay, can we leave?
That's the same
Let's
fucking
get the fuck out of here.
All right. Oh, you going to fucking leave me?
I heard it.
It's faint, but it's there.
You can hear that, right?
Yeah,
I'm not.
It's there.
We're crazy. Okay, good.
You drag people
Riley's got
to the
a
murky
subwoofer.
depths of the Blue Hole,
So like,
and you've
it'll-
killed those people.
you hear it.
How about you rise out of those murky depths and come get us right now? We traveled a very long way to hear you, to talk to you, to see you.
Yeah.
That's the same fucking
Okay, can
knocking.
we-
I want you
Yeah,
to
like
sit
the last
there.
one's like kind of like the like a staggered, or it's like
Yeah.
I want you to sit
Like,
there and tell me that's a woodpecker.
no,
No, it's
Fuck
too
no.
late. Woodpecker would be sleeping.
dude. I had a woodpecker attacking my house like last month. No.
Exactly. I can't
Yeah.
figure. If you guys want to do your own research and figure that out for me, I can't figure it out. I can't.
Do you guys have like large bucks in the area?
Bugs.
Bucks.
Bucks.
Like big old deer.
Oh, you talking about like the rubbing and
Yeah, or if two
flapping
of them
like
are
that.
fighting, maybe, but
No,
that's still you would hear them going, ooh. You know what I mean? Like there's none of that.
When deer fight, you know. It's
Yeah,
loud.
I was gonna say the first time we heard the noise, the other location at the memorial,
Yeah.
which is like
45 minutes away, something like that.
yeah, it's far. We didn't just hear it back in the woods, like off the road. We also heard it over, kind of like across the road and like 45 degrees off in the other woods, and it kind of went
Damn.
like we heard it like over there and then over there, and it sounded
Dude,
like
that's
really far.
fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And-
So, sorry, Aidan, keep going. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we heard it kind of all around us in all of the like really wooded areas surrounding us, which was kind of weird, and consistently like in the video we maybe show like a handful of these knocks. It was doing it consistently for like tens of minutes, like however long we were there. It was the whole time, and we there was a camp that we actually tried to go to, but it was booked. So we drove down the road like half a mile, and it got even louder. Basically, we got
Dude.
even clearer. Yeah. So even if in the video we only show like 10 of these clicks, that's the 10 that like you can hear really clearly. It was consistent for the whole time that we
So
were there.
like hear me out. So the New Jersey Devil, right? It has hooves, right?
Mhm.
As the lore goes. What if because that could honestly be like if it's fucking a hooved animal like clacking on wood, or if it's flying because it's supposed to fly too, landing on branches, following you guys around.
Yeah, my first thought was that it was horses like back on a trail,
Yeah.
but then it
See,
was
that's
just the same
crazy
exact
because
click.
The last
Project
people we
Unknown
literally just
last week,
yeah,
they were
did
in the
interview
Pine
with.
Barrens and they caught what sounded
Same
like
clacking
footprints,
sound.
like coming down
Okay.
the road.
Yeah.
So that's wild.
Dude,
That's wild.
there's some fucking merit to that. I don't think it was an animal. I think it's something that we really don't know what it is yet.
100%. Yeah, I can't figure it out.
Dude,
that's
that's
why we
fucking
went
crazy.
back. We didn't
It's actually kind
capture.
of scary.
We
Not
didn't
gonna lie.
capture
I'm
any
scared right now.
knocking, nothing. The second time we went back, I'm not going to say what we captured something crazy, but I ain't going to say what we captured.
It's an
'cause,
anomaly.
Video's not out,
when
but
you catch nothing, that tells me 100% that now you have a baseline. That
Oh,
that
yeah.
anomaly wasn't just like every time I go out here is going to sound like this. Like no,
I
that's
was-
fucking weird.
I was telling people, I'm like, I don't know what's going to be scarier, catching it again or not
Or
capturing it at
not.
all.
Not at all is worse.
Oh yeah,
100%
100%.
worse.
And we didn't capture it at all. It's wild. I don't know. Cannot
Dude,
figure that one out.
We had the same experiences at Mouth Cemetery. Like me and Riley had gone there and had the craziest nights where we've caught straight up shadow figures, straight up like shadow, like actually people looking like in these pictures, and then like crazy spikes on the EMF, crazy responses on everything that we're using.
Yeah.
And then we'll go back and it's like, haha, let's just chase each other through the
Yeah,
cemetery and make funny videos.
we literally went there with Tommy Tombstone,
Yep.
Tara from Paranormal XP,
Mhm.
and Ben from
Afterlife Road
Afterlife
Productions.
Road Productions, and
It was such a quiet night. I felt so
Nothing.
bad for bringing him out there because we had such a crazy night. And then, it's like, it just goes to show that it's not every day. It's not every time. It's like lightning in a bottle.
100%. It's not a parlor trick. You know what I mean? It's
No,
just,
yeah.
You lucky or
Like,
you're not.
You can
yeah.
fake it, but like, fuck that. It's really happening.
Yeah.
Like, why would you fake it when you can literally just do a little bit of work? And like, if it's not happening, it's not happening. Enjoy that time. You're still out somewhere in fucking adventuring.
yep.
Make the most of that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and
That's-
I was gonna say
Go
I think with with ghost hunting, this type of thing, like it's really important to just be honest, like, and not fake anything or play anything up. If it was just a creak in floorboards, then it was just a creak, And sometimes you just don't get anything, or
Yeah.
you get
We
like
don't like pointing
yeah.
it out if we don't believe it ourselves as being completely paranormal or being, like completely convincing. So it's not like we're misleading anybody or putting anything out there, but it's like let's get other eyes on it, because me and Riley are like
like
old men at this point.
we keep our videos kind of like open to interpretation, like because I feel like we're entitled to believe whatever we want. Like if we think something paranormal, it's because we honestly think it was something paranormal. But someone else might see it and go, "Nah, that's not really that paranormal."
And by no means
fine.
does that upset me. You know what I mean?
Because
Where
I
it's
might
like,
it might
shout it
force
out
me
however
to
you see
like
it.
watch it a couple more times and then be like, you know what? I think that's more conclusive that it's not paranormal.
Yeah, like a really good example too. In our Asher Walton video, we sent it over to Snap Reactor. Homie, love him. He watched it, and me and Riley when we were editing it, we both pointed out a part where the door is moving, and there's illegitimate evidence of it moving. But we also saw this like shadow evidence of like this blip come out from the door frame itself.
Opposite to the shadow.
Yeah,
all
the
the
door
other shadow
moving the other
movements.
way, and I'm standing in a still position with my gimbal on the door, looking out of it, and I wasn't even looking in my camera. And then all of a sudden, it looks like almost like a knuckle or two peek around. You know how they grab a door and wiggle it. And he pointed that out. Didn't even see the door moving, but goes, "Do you see that hand poke around the door right there?" It's like, what? We didn't want to say anything because it's no, like I don't know if I 100% believe it.
Yeah.
It's like that's just how I saw it. And it's like it's very nice to see other people be able to like point that stuff out, because then it's like, all right, it's adding more validation for me that it actually probably is paranormal. And we didn't capture it in time. We captured it in edit. Like that's where it's all up to perception at that point. Because like stuff really did happen, but it's at that point, it's leave it to your discretion.
Yeah, it's crazy and that's what like a lot of people say to me. They're like, "Oh yeah, you can hire an editor and your life would be so much more better." But like, if you hire an editor for your videos, there's
Who knows
so
what's
many
getting cut
times,
though?
exactly, so many times where I like know I captured something when I see an edit, I'm like, that's crazy. That's messed up. There's been times where I'm sitting in my chair just like this, editing, going about my day, and I freak out like something I see or capture or hear, and I jump out of my chair. I'm like, that's messed up. And I'm like, Dad, get up here now. I need you to see this. And it's stuff like that that really like it's not all about going to the investigation. That's a majority of it, but the after too, like, dude, we missed this. This is crazy. Like our one video, it's not out, but you can like I heard footsteps behind me we were in Gettysburg in McCurdy Schoolhouse, and I called out a spirit that's known to be quite rude to both people and the children, and it's just me and Aidan in there. Aidan's wearing sneakers, is on hardwood floor, and you can hear these heavy set boots walk up on me when my back is turned. As soon as I turn around, the boots stop, nothing's there. And I'm like, dude, you're not behind me. Aiden's like, what? He walks over to me, two completely different sets of footsteps. It could not have been Aidan. It is wild. Like when I saw that for the first time, because I'm like, dude, I gotta see if what I heard was real. It was insane. It's probably one of my favorite captures that we've had. But yeah,
100% feel that way. The same thing with the poorhouse. Like I'd never actually heard disembodied footsteps until we captured them, and like didn't hear it real time. We played it back on the EVP, hear it, play it back on everybody else's EVPs, hear it, play it back on our phone cameras, all the cameras, hear it even better, and then we hear a weird like audio anomaly on one of the cameras that's closest to where the sound came from. What the fuck?
it's wild, man.
It just goes to show, like, what is it? Like that's the most fun part about all this shit is like, are we ever gonna have the answers? Probably not.
No one's ever gonna have the
I don't
answers.
think so.
Like
we're closer to knowing if aliens are real than we are if ghosts exist. I mean, I 100% do think that the spirits are here, but like to what extent, I do not fucking know.
Yeah. I mean, what was that? The Mexican government with that alien or whatever?
That was fake. They came out recently and was like, that was a
Oh.
hoax. But
Yeah.
all the stuff
that
about
one.
disclosure and like how all these like crafts are being seen, you can't fucking tell me that that isn't real. Because like the fact that that Grush guy came forward, he was hired by the government to follow money trails. It wasn't to like look for aliens. He just happened to find these fucking crazy government arms that are working on extremely weird shit.
Mm-hmm. See, now you're diving into more of Aiden's expertise of things.
It's
I'm the
so
ghost
fun.
guy. Aiden's
Yeah.
the alien guy.
Yeah, I'd like to do some like UFO hunting type stuff.
Oh,
Hey,
do
I
it, so
told
do
you
we.
we can. You give me the location. That was the deal. You're like, oh, can we do
Manistee
alien stuff?
National Forest. All right, you guys
Where?
gonna come hang out with us? Manistee National Forest. There's
Done.
a complete dark park in Manistee where you can pretty much like if you get out there, it's no light pollution whatsoever, and you're on Lake Michigan, and it's a huge water source, and we've had a ton of UFO activity around here over the recent like decade.
I've seen one
I've seen 2 in my lifetime.
out up by Mackinac Island.
I did it on our investigation with Tommy and Tombstone.
Yes, you did.
Like straight up was just laying in a cemetery looking up, and it was just like.
Yeah, I know UFOs
And I was like,
are.
no.
Yeah, UFOs are seen around like bodies of water and the ocean like a lot.
Oh yeah,
I'd probably put my money on that. Like, realistically, like we're seeing mostly like government technology flipping around out here, but on that off chance, especially where we live, it's probably more realistic that we're seeing like organic craft flying around or like drones of sorts, like pretty much like scouting out. Like, all right, where are we gonna home base this? The other unknown.
It's an unknown party.
We have unknown inception happening.
Hi.
How's it going, boys?
So,
I've talked to
gentlemen,
you before.
if you guys could go anywhere in the world and got a full access pass for as long as you wanted to investigate anywhere, where would you go? It doesn't have to be America. You know what I mean? You can go anywhere.
Anywhere. Unlimited access.
I know my answer. Hold on, let me ask you this. Aiden, Ethan, Joe, do you have any idea? Because
I have one. I have one.
Well, I am somewhat.
wait,
well,
Ethan's got one?
I would have an idea. Someplace I think would be fun.
What was
Oh,
that?
let's go. Let's go.
Like, so I forget. I think it was a Ghost Adventures episode, but I would love to go to the Doll Island in Mexico.
Oh yeah.
I would love to go there.
Yep.
I would be tripping shit the whole time because dolls are not fun.
And
But I think it would be
spiders.
and
Spiders crawling out of doll's eyes.
But, dude,
No.
the doll's heads turn and then
Yep,
something
yep.
bangs on that fucking shack too.
Giant fucking spider
I-
comes out and eats your
Stuck on the
face off.
spiders.
It would be absolutely terrifying, but I think it would be amazing experience to go there and do an investigation.
For sure. That story's insane.
You have to take a
Mhm.
fucking boat to get there too, don't you? Right?
Yeah, you
dude,
do.
it's an adventure all on its own. I love that.
I was going to say, like, the first thing that popped in my mind was Winchester Mystery House. And
Ooh,
then
that's a
I
good one.
thought Alcatraz. But
Alcatraz
then
is
I
nice.
got my final one, though. This is it. Something that people can't get into. Amityville Horror House.
Ooh, actually, fuck yeah. Isn't it
the
privately
owners
owned
don't
right
let
now?
anyone in there. They
Yeah,
don't.
I was gonna say they don't let a single fucking person, especially because the movie portrayed it in such a bad light.
I'd love to go in there.
Dude, hell
to.
yeah. You know what's crazy too about that place is like I've heard so many like very, very opposing viewpoints on that place where it's either yes, this place is fucked up and it corrupts people, or it's they're all full of shit and they wanted to make money. And it's like they did make a lot of money off of it. I'm not denouncing that, but we don't get that opportunity to go fucking like experience it ourselves because they close it down. Like that's the part that sucks the hardest.
Exactly. That's why I want to go in there so bad. That's why I picked that one.
Dude, you're the first person that actually said that house, and it's like that makes so much fucking sense.
Yes, sir. The real one. Aiden, Joe.
So I'm not like I don't know many places that to explore. I don't watch Ghost Adventures with Shawn and Ethan, but if I had to choose, we had it booked, but it got canceled. It was
Oh, yeah.
Crescent, Sanatorium.
Dude, I'm so
yep.
sad about Crescent still.
It was I feel like it's so big that you can like we were all gonna split up and go on our own,
Oh,
And I
you
feel
would
like that
never
would
find
add-
each other in like a
we would-
6-hour investigation. No way.
Never even see each other.
I feel like that would be fun though, like being on our own. It would feel creepy. But yeah, I think that would be my place.
That's a good one. Aidan?
You said all access.
Yeah, no matter what.
All
Nothing's
access.
too taboo either. Like nothing.
Well,
and
I mean,
Riley already knows what I'm gonna say.
Well, ideally wherever they keep the flying saucers and aliens, but that's probably
Them black sites.
That's probably never going to happen. So realistically, probably like the Pacific Northwest, I'd like to go look for Bigfoot.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
And I was also going to say it's weird in the Bigfoot community. There's like beef between like the Bigfoot guys who all like say, I could show you Bigfoot, or I can take you out and explore. There's like it's weird. It's funny. There's like beef in the Bigfoot community.
Me and Riley still to
Really?
this day do not know how those people on the TV shows on like Discovery and shit keep a straight face when they're like, I think Bigfoot sounds like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me, you gotta have the hop in it. It's like
You gotta get the skip in your step. It's like Jesus God. I completely believe that they're 100% serious, and they've probably seen some shit, because it's like, to me it's funny because I've yet to see a real foot in real life.
real foot.
But like I believe in
Show
it.
you a real foot.
Them dogs are free, baby.
No. Yeah, I mean, if you spend enough time in the woods, you're gonna see some weird stuff at some point.
Oh, 100%. There's
Yeah,
no
I've been-
questioning that.
I've been hunting for 22 years of my life, and I've 28 years. Oh, good. I don't even
Dude,
know.
Michigan forests are something different too.
Yeah.
And I've never seen anything weird in the woods. Literally never, not once.
Really?
But like you'll get those instances of where it's
That's
just
crazy.
like dead, where it's like this is ominous, where it's like there should be alive.
I have
here,
experienced
100%.
that, like maybe you have too. Like everything just goes quiet in the woods. All the birds stop, all of the insects stop, the squirrels disappear, like everything just disappears for a second, and it's like,
I mean,
you
it
could hear a
could-
pin drop in the
It
forest.
could be a
It's one of the
predator,
most ominous things you'll ever hear.
but we also live on a lot of native land too. So like I always wonder, like what kind of energy does the land carry? And I mean, if you're deep in the forest, it's like it gets weird out there.
We've had a lot of experiences, including this video coming up, where things tend to ramp up when we start getting stuff. We were at Sachs Bridge, and the one time, I forget what time it was, but we were there, and we started things started to get ramped up. And the big thing about Sachs Bridge is the bridge isn't only haunted, but the woods are haunted real bad too, because down in the woods the river flows, and that's where a lot of the dead bodies of the Civil War soldiers washed up ashore in the woods there. And there is a tale about a Native American who married or had relations with a white woman back in the day, and the white men found out about it and hung them, burn them, all that crazy torturous crap in the woods on a giant oak tree or something. Well, there's a giant oak tree in the middle of the woods. So he's supposed to not like white men. So I believe that's the entity that scared me and my dad out that night.
Yeah.
But also it's just we were there, and the obelisk said something about the woods or something. And the moment that happened, owls, bats, whatever in the woods started like freaking out.
Damn.
And that's when we were like, yo. And then when we went to the Pine Barrens, we were doing an experiment. I won't say what, but like the owls started freaking out. Like they were dead quiet all night. And then we started doing this experiment, and they just started going, woo, 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 woo. And then we're like, yo. And then we got the word devil on the obelisk.
Damn.
And it started getting real funky after that. But yeah, it's messed up. So we've had like the opposite, where it's dead quiet, and then when things start going down, the animals start freaking out.
Yeah, it's like a fucking bomb went off and everything.
I'm not even gonna say anything other than make sure you watch our video on Wednesday, because it kind of is similar to what you just talked about.
Yeah, and
Also,
like it's fucking nuts, dude.
Like eerily similar, dude. Like
as much as we, because there's a part where it like realistically like that starts happening and we're making really fucking raunchy jokes, and it's not, it's like we're taking it super lightly because I had never heard anything like this before. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, adding that
And
perspective
now
is
you,
fuck.
yeah, just gave me a totally different perspective on that situation.
'cause-
That's wild, actually.
Because literally owls too is like what sparked it. Because in our video, owls were going fucking insane. Like, granted, I think they were doing something a little more between the sheets, but that's that's coming up. God, it just goes to show, you know, like the fact that we get to network and like talk to you guys and talk to everybody else too. It's like these little nuggets that like you guys like impart upon us. So fucking valuable. Like it is so fucking great.
Yeah, because we honestly try to take one thing from everything. Every interview, we try to take one thing that someone else does and try to like apply it. Like,
Yeah, and it's like we're all like honing the craft. Like there's at no point am I ever like, yo, like don't do what we're doing. Like fuck you. It's like, no, try it. Like if you're getting evidence, like it only goes to show that like this is a legitimate way to like show that evidence is real and this stuff is happening because we can replicate it now in multiple locations with different people doing it.
Yeah, no, I love what you guys are doing and have done, like bringing people on, like you said, networking and taking little bits and pieces from everybody is a great way to, build you guys' channel up. It's a great genius idea. Props to you guys for that one. And just bringing the community together and like, like we're kind of like we're not
that's our goal.
exactly, like we're not the biggest channel, but you start bringing bigger guys like Spirit Stalkers on here and little guys like us, bringing them all on one platform and just kind of sharing the love, man. It's great what you guys are doing.
Right. And we're so grateful to like be able to sit down and talk to you guys because like without this type of community, like the paranormal community, we probably would have never met. You know what I mean? We never would have been able to like have this connection, have similar experiences to each other. We would have no idea. So like that's always something cool too. And I feel like we were chatting it up before we went live here, and it's like we've already known each other for so long. It's wild.
It's crazy. Like I know I met a lot of people in the community, but one person I continuously hang out with, Matt from Haunted Archives. Like, don't get me wrong, if you look under my name, Haunted Archives is trash. But
pretty cool guy.
But Matt, they're good guys. But their videos
we had
are
a
good
great
too,
talk
but,
with them too, man.
But yeah, no, Matt is such a cool guy. He hangs out with Aidan and I when we do our lives all the time. And just to think that like I met him just through YouTube, it's like how many more people I'm gonna meet like that? You know what I mean? Like there's an
100%.
endless sea of friends waiting to be, met. But yeah, I love it.
It feels like we've just started to unlock it too. Cause like recently it's like now that like we've really like found the home that it feels like, everything's fitting. Like this is what we want to do beginning of the podcast anyways, interview people because it's like everybody has such interesting stories. Like what better way to like get it other than going straight to the source and shooting it straight into your veins? Like nothing better.
Oh yeah.
So it's like just being able to like be a part of the growth of everybody's channels too, because it's like, nah, dog, like we ain't leeching nobody. Like you guys have genuinely great content, and it's if we ever make it someday and we can show that it's not just Ghost Adventures, it's not just like big producers doing this. It's really just like blue collar guys like yourselves, like going out there
and literally anybody can do it.
That's
literally
the fun part.
You just have to be willing to like learn something new and try something new. And like I understand, like for a lot of people, ghost hunting is like scary as fuck, and like I understand that completely. We have tons of our hockey buddies and stuff. They're like, I don't know how you guys do this. Like, how do you go out to like these haunted ass places all night and film this stuff and then put out a video where I'm sitting at home going, what? Riley and Trevor, you guys are fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's all curiosity. That's really what it is. Like I think I'm fucking like fight, flight, or freeze, and it's like I'll freeze. Like I want to see it, but
I'm a
like,
freezer. 100%.
Like give me 30 seconds and I'll walk towards it. Like I gotta find my nutsack.
Yeah. It's crazy. You're like, oh, I can do that. And then it's you're the one.
And then they're
going
like,
to the
"Hey, I'll
basement
see you in
alone.
15 minutes." And you're like, "How long is 15 minutes?"
Feels like an eternity.
It does.
I
feel
was
like-
losing my mind in the Pine Barrens, man. I did not like it there.
Everybody that
the
we
second
talked
time
to
around.
said it's fucking spooky out there, and it's like I could imagine, dude.
It's
Yeah.
great. I mean, it's everything. Shut up, Matt. No, I'm kidding.
Get out of here, bro.
Nah, it's everything in one. You got the murders, you know, the mafia hid bodies there. You got folklore,
So
folktale
fucking crazy.
creatures. You got
Cult
you know,
shit going on
cult
out there.
shit
too,
going
yeah.
on. You know, you got a little bit of everything. You know, and you got even kids partying in the woods on the weekends and stuff. And it's kind of like become a tourist attraction in a little bit of a way. And it's
Everybody has
so
heard of the Pine Barrens.
big. Exactly. It's so big that there's even things inside of it to do and to visit, like the Emilio Carranza Memorial. So
That's
it's
wild,
like
though.
it's insane. And it's just like I think it's like some kind of giant magnet. It just kind of brings people towards it. And it's a wild time. If you guys have never been there, or anyone watching has never been there, I fully encourage you to check that out. Because like I said, I didn't even think that the New Jersey Devil was real. But when we went there and we captured those knocks, like it kind of twisted my perception of reality. And I believed in Bigfoot and aliens and stuff, but it was like another different level of believing when you think, oh yeah, Bigfoot's real. But then when you see him, it's a different story. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Shut up,
So,
Patricia.
you daddy's gonna take me to the Pine Barrens someday. That's all I
it.
gotta say.
Do it.
Dude, I'm 100% manifesting it now where it's like me and Riley, all we want to be able to do with the podcast at this point where it's like, I'm not asking for fucking craziness, where it's like if we can generate enough revenue from it to be able to travel and meet everybody that we've been able to like network with and network with in the future, it's like, oh man, the future is gonna be so fucking fun. And it's gonna be so bright.
That'd be sick.
That's what I was saying. Like to be able to just like hang out with you guys where it's like, all right, let's go fucking grab a bite. Let's fucking have a couple brews. Tomorrow we're going investigating. Let's just like go hit the town. Like, fuck yeah.
Yes, sir. I'd love that. I'd love that.
That would be fucking so sick. But we do have a couple other clips from your shorts that
Yeah,
we would,
like this
like
shit's
to
nuts.
present because we recently have decided that we need to be showing off everybody's evidence if they don't have
We got some good ones in there.
that presented. Like,
We're trying not to slack, is what we're saying.
oh, so maybe you can fill us in on this.
This is at the whatchamacallit, Haunted Museum. Yeah, this is Aidan and I.
This honestly, we listened to this earlier. Holy
Disembodied
fuck.
voice.
Crazy.
captured
It doesn't
only
sound
on
like
camera.
any of you. Like it it sounds like a girl's voice. Like it's
It's
wild.
that old lady in the photo. I swear to God, that
Dude.
on the wall. Like you won't tell from this clip, but if you watch a video, there's like a picture of an old lady on the wall, and they don't know her
Mhm.
name. Aidan figured it out. For 7 years, they've been trying to get her name. Aidan figures it out. It was Lorraine because he got mixed up with Lorraine Warren. And it actually turned out to be her name. She confirmed multiple times on multiple devices.
Oh my god.
But nah, dude.
Wow.
I fully believe that this EVP caught, or this disembodied voice caught, was that woman in that picture. You can go play it if you want.
Whatever you have to say, you know, she can work on it.
Yeah.
Whatever you have to say, you know, she can work on it.
Oh, you can hear that.
Whatever you have to
He
say.
got like that slang.
Work on it.
Not only is it have the accent,
Oh, she's very
you guys don't sound female to me.
Yeah,
Nah.
exactly.
Maybe Aidan,
Like
but
feminine voices you may not have.
Shawn, you don't want to be ops with me, bro. Don't say that.
Oh my god. That's one of the craziest like and cleanest EVPs I've ever heard in my entire life.
I'm telling you, bro, like, not to toot my own horn, but the things that we've captured, I'm sure I haven't obviously seen anyone's, like, not everyone's videos, obviously, but the things that we have captured have gone like so unnoticed. Like we have
Oh,
so many gems.
That is
in our videos.
like
That's
F
how we
plus
feel.
class like EVP.
Have you
Like
seen-
we caught some good ones, but yeah, that's like nothing.
Have you seen the dominoes one?
I don't think we have.
Look for it. It might, dude. We have so many pieces of evidence that we don't have shorts for. It's ridiculous.
We do
I
have
love that though.
this Estes method from Penthurst Asylum, though. This
Mm.
one,
That's a good one.
This one
That was
was-
the first ever time doing it too.
this
Was it
one's
really?
pretty crazy. Because
We never did
love
before.
I love the Estes method. It's like one of my favorite, becoming one of my favorite ways to investigate.
Are you a boy or a girl? Man. Man. Oh, yo, what color am I, sir? What color am I? Blue? That's the little blue dot I gave you.
I thought it was black, but I guess it's navy blue.
It's like,
You weren't being loud though.
I know.
Nobody was
Hey,
being loud.
hey, listen. That's our old camera stuff. It ain't like that no more. But yeah.
Oh
Here,
my
could you
God.
guys let me go on YouTube and find the video because I want to show you this domino stuff now.
Hell yeah. I can walk you through how to like present it too if you're like, oh fuck.
Oh geez. Okay. I don't know if I'd be able to figure it out, but yeah, let's do it.
It's simple. As hard as it seems, it's like there's only one tab that's like it's fucking bugger and you gotta clip it so you can have audio.
Okay, gotcha. Hold on. Like what? Share my screen or whatever. Like what?
Yeah, it'll say present and then it'll like ask you to like share your whole screen. And then there's like a tab right under it where it's like share audio and it's probably on the far right of it and you gotta clip it so it's blue. And then it'll give us the
The
audio.
Haunted Archives, the editing on those shorts is 10 out of 10. Whoever edited them is killing it.
So I hit present at the bottom. It's a
Yep,
screen with
and
a
then
plus.
share screen, and then you can
Share
pick which
screen.
one you want.
I can bring it up. I'm pretty sure once he's
Share audio.
You
Also
wanna use
share
the-
tab audio.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's the first tab.
Export YouTube. Okay. Is the Farnsworth house?
Yeah, you pull it.
You guys can like hear it, right?
yeah.
Yes.
You can hear that?
Yep.
All right, listen to this. Check this out. So we're in a kid's room. His name is Jeremy, and he's known to do poltergeist activity. So we got a box of dominoes, and the black little things are the dominoes standing up behind the box.
Yeah.
Now watch this. Wait, wait. Right there.
Oh!
They split in half. And those two clips weren't back to back, mind you. They were almost an hour like apart from each other. Exactly.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. I didn't even know because we were sleeping, right? So my dad positioned them
Is that
like
how
that.
you play dominoes too? You
When we-
like split it?
Yeah, no, it's weird. Like you'd think it'd go like one way or the other. Split it right down the middle. And people, the only thing that you could get at
flabbergasted.
is the AC is right here blowing this way, but they're behind the box. And
Yeah, that's strategic as fuck.
They've been like this since we got there at 2 p.m. that day, and they never fell over.
Yep.
And I mean, and listen to how forceful this was pushed down. Well, listen
Oh,
to
yeah,
this.
Yeah, it's like what?
Right there. It's crazy.
Oh, you know what I just noticed?
What's that?
You don't hear like a click, click, click. It's just one. It's like
Yeah,
all.
Yeah, it's
It's
just
just
one
like-
clap.
Yeah.
Like all in one. Yeah, no, it's wild. We have so many other things like that, man. Well, not
Dude,
like that.
if it was air though, they all would have went clap, clap, clap. You know, like
That's what I'm
normal fucking domino.
Yeah, 100%.
Dude, that's insanity. That's actually insanity.
Yeah, I think that's our first ever recorded poltergeist activity on our channel. Then you got the cup being thrown in the Riverwalk, and then you got the Reese's cup being thrown in the Hinsdale house with me and Matt. I don't know if
Mhm.
there's a clip of that. If you've seen that. We don't have it captured on camera, but you can hear it audibly. and like we have picture proof that it was sitting there, and then it was like not sitting there anymore. It was weird.
Dude,
Really loud,
it's
too.
so satisfying. Like I'm sorry to all the skeptics out there that are gonna try to denounce that, but like realistically, we've had experiences just like that where it's like, yeah, wind might have did that, and like Riley's pulling up the clip right now, but we had a water bottle get knocked off of a counter at
Really?
the Asher Walton house. Yes, we had the front door open, but the way that house is set up, there was 6 rooms basically before where it got knocked over at the opposite end of the house, and it was stagnant that day. There wasn't a whole lot of wind. So
Did it
wouldn't
have
been
water in it?
wind. It was empty, but it had been sitting there for almost 2 hours.
Okay.
And like to this day still I'm like flabbergasted. I'm like, how the fuck does that stuff happen? You know, where it's like it's just yeah, you might be able to explain some of that away, but like those dominoes, irrefutable. 100% irrefutable.
I almost got it. Sorry.
No, you're good, man. Take your time.
All right,
It's
so
time
we'll
to take a break.
Jesus, it always plays.
we'll kind of fill in what happened here if you haven't seen the video yet. So it was towards the end of the night. Me and Trevor were having some pizza, hanging out in like the gear room, and then we decided we were gonna watch the IR cameras that are stationed all around the house. And we're sitting there watching them. Nothing's really happening. So we were like, all right, well, let's go investigate this back stairwell that's through the kitchen. And
we had thought we had heard voices coming through that hallway too right before that, which I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure we were, but our audio is still getting worked on.
yeah. So, anyways, we're literally grabbing our IR cameras because we were going to do a total darkness session with the IR cameras.
Mhm.
And as we're literally turning our cameras on, we hear a thud in the kitchen. And we're both just like, what the fuck was that? And then this is what happens.
Grab some food and get some fresh air outside on the porch. Trevor and I then return back into the house and head to the gear room to grab our night vision cameras. We then hear a noise from the kitchen. We quickly head to the kitchen to investigate.
Sounded like it came from back here.
We were very off on what we thought the sound was at first. Very off.
Dude, okay, go
Not even
stand over
close.
there and I'll do this. Okay. Because the cabinets are known to get moved, but that's kind of
I fucked the audio up on this.
There
This
you
is
go.
not the best
Definitely this
version of
guy.
this video.
Nah, I get that. Happens to the best of us. Happened to me multiple times.
It was
it
90
muffled
degrees in
because
the
it
house
came
and there was
around this
fans
way. It was
on.
over here.
But like realistically, like nothing moved the whole night
Okay,
because of
let's
the
see if we can get
fans,
the
and it
remote.
was like
You go
3
up,
hours of
more.
shit just sitting there,
We'll start
nothingness.
moving.
It's like, okay, this is fucking weird.
Was that you? That we heard?
So is there another water bottle on top of that?
Are you fucking
counter?
kidding
Yeah, there
me?
was 2 water bottles up
Okay, I
there
was
and
gonna
only
think
one
that
got
someone-
knocked
We
out.
made some
I
duddies.
did not put a water bottle on the fucking floor.
The next day, Keith sent us this.
Oh, nah.
Yeah, only one. Why only one?
That's wild. Now, I think the biggest thing I got a question about is why you walking around this place with your dogs out?
Because bro, that is the best question. So we walked in there and well actually we'll start a little earlier than that. On the ride up there, I looked at Riley and I was like, this place is a mansion, right? And he's like, yeah, it's fucking huge. It's a house. And I was like, do we take our shoes off when we get in there? Because you know, it's like it's the right thing to do if you're trying to be like, you know, nice. And like we got in there, walked into the front room, we're like signing the paperwork, you know, for the legal stuff. And
Yeah.
we were like, Keith, are we supposed to take our shoes off? And he goes, if you guys want to, it's yours for the night, you know, like make yourself at home. And I was like, I can take my shoes and socks off.
Mind you, it was 90 degrees. It was like humid as fuck in the middle of Indiana where it's just cornfields.
Yeah, it was hot.
And
We were
there's
dying.
no AC in the house. Literally having socks on was so much worse.
I might have had a heat stroke, to be honest.
You
So,
take
yeah.
the socks off, you cool off
It
like
was
15
annoying.
degrees, man. It's nuts.
So if I go there and get athlete's foot, I know who to beat up.
Pretty much. Oh, well, then it's like a toss-up between me, Jenna, and Riley.
Jenna wasn't here for it. She was just
Oh, she
us.
wasn't. Yeah, we just
It
let
was
the
just
dog know.
Literally all our pictures of that place the next day we never put shoes
No,
on.
I
till
don't
we
think I
left.
wore shoes until I got in the car, and I was like, I have to go back to reality.
That's funny.
It's just, you know how nice it is though to be able to walk into a location where, you know, there's like activity happening and it's comfortable enough to just be like, I'm just gonna like sleep in beds. I'm gonna be comfy. Like, this is fucking sweet.
We did not sleep comfy at all.
It was
though.
so hot.
Yeah,
We
all
the
some
beds were
locations, man.
upstairs.
Because
Yeah,
like they're older, you know, so they got history
Oh,
to them.
yeah.
So they don't got AC.
We don't got
you know,
ACs,
unit.
yeah.
Nope.
Nope. They had a
No,
couple
no.
box fans, and we were like, if we turn
You're
these off, we
living.
might
You're
die.
living how the ghosts lived back in the day.
We slept on the floor in the main dining room with all the fans like in like a circle around us, and we were just like, all right, demons, come get you, boys and girl.
We actually
Like, we're
slept
here.
under the dining room
We
table.
were basically under a table because it was just the coldest spot in the house, and I was like, I'm here for it. I don't give a fuck if this is a floor. Realistically, we could probably took a mattress from upstairs and brought it downstairs, but I was tired.
That was not happening.
Too much moving, man. I couldn't. Not at that time.
I mean, do you guys like realistically sit down for like long periods of time on investigations? Or are you guys pretty fucking mobile? Because me and Riley find ourselves absolutely fucking running miles, it feels like.
Dude.
So like there's times where you at it for a while, for hours, man. You got like what, you start at 7 p.m. and you got to like
yeah.
3-4 a.m. or all night. So like you're constantly investigating, so you're on your feet all the time. So sometimes you're tempted to go in an active room and sit down, but I've noticed, because I'm like, what can make our content more entertaining? And I'm like, it's boring watching people sit there and talk.
Yeah.
So you got to get up, like, boo-hoo about your feet, man. Get up. It's for the content, man. It's for the content. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, so we try and stay up as much as possible. Granted, we do take breaks. We got like 2 energy drinks on hand to make it through
Oh
the
yeah.
entire
Oh
night.
yeah. You have to.
But it's it's what it is.
It's a
Depending on-
grind.
if you got like when me and Matt went to Hinsdale and Wildwood, we did Hinsdale and then Wildwood back to back, right? So 2 nights in a row. And I'll tell you what, I was so drained. And like there was times where I was like, bro, I just want to call it quits. It's like 2:30 a.m. We've done enough. Let's go to bed. And he's like, no, get up. So it's a mentality thing too at the end of the day.
Burnout
Especially
is
if you got a
real.
double header like that. It's wild. But you always got to think about the little things when you film. You know what I mean? Things that can
Yeah.
make your video better. Sometimes, like I
lighting.
got too caught up in the investigation, and then editing. Shawn's like punching myself in the head, like, bro, why did you like? This is not fun to watch.
That's the balance,
Dude,
right?
it's so
That's the
hard.
balance that's so hard. Is like you get so sucked in on what's happening, you forget to film. There's literally in our next video, I'm pretty sure there's a moment where Trevor goes, "So much is happening right now. I don't know how good the film is." Like,
Yeah, I'm whipping it
I'm just
around
gonna
all
be
fucking
honest,
crazy.
Things are going crazy right now, and I don't know what's going on this.
100%.
Do you get like tunnel vision and like tunnel focus on everything that's happening? You just forget that you're making a show too. It's a constant struggle.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, I'm trying to think of an instance, but it's like and then sometimes it's the opposite. Like you're too focused on getting the right angles, getting all this stuff, and then boom, by the time you got everything perfect, it's like we already wasted 45 minutes.
Oh, easily.
So it's it's one of those things where it's just you gotta find that balance, and that's the one thing where I think having multiple people is great. Like I think 4 or 5 people is perfect. I'm so glad I got these guys, and then my dad with me every location. We work together. We got great chemistry. We got could I'm not gonna say names, but we could work on our cameras a little bit better. But hey, we get caught up in it. I get it. I understand. But no, we do great. Like we'll get to an investigation. I'll say, we arrive at the place. I'll say, Joe, set up that tripod. Let me film the interview. Aidan, Ethan, go screw off. Get me some B-roll, and we get it all done like within an hour. Like it's easy like that. So
you gotta find everyone's little niche, and then
Oh,
just
yeah.
kind of like be like,
Well,
that's your focal. Like,
Ethan gets the B-roll. Aidan's the drone guy. Aidan
Oh,
I've
love
never
that.
seen
man,
I have
so
never
dope.
seen
You gotta
anyone
get a
as
drone.
skilled with a drone before than Aidan. I tried flying it myself, almost ruined this poor kid's drone on a tree. I've seen. I mean, look at Haunted Archives. He hit the freaking SKP.
Yeah, he fucking landed it on the roof.
What an idiot! No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean the drone's not too bad to fly. Like it handles itself. It keeps itself where it needs to be.
yeah, you say that, but then when some idiot like me tries it, I hit a tree. Like
Well,
I filmed a thing with
Inverted controls, not for me.
exactly.
Left
Like I
being right,
filmed.
right being left. Nope, up, down, no.
Well, the
I mean-
controls they're not video game controls. They're different. So that's why like
this ain't Battlefield. I need to be flying that shit with R2 and steering with the analog stick.
Yeah, it's flipped from like GTA 5 where like left is forward and back. On that one, it's the other way, I think.
Why they did it like that, the world may never know.
I think because actual helicopters, it's your right hand for like forward, back, left, and right. But
I mean,
like,
fuck, at this point, can we
yeah,
just
we
like,
all
put a
yeah we all
helmet
play
on and
video
fly
games
it?
though. Yeah, like we all grew up playing video games, so like we want the control for that on the left.
Yes,
and,
it's logical in my brain,
Yeah.
you know, and I can like throw in a cheat code so I can do something sick. Like,
I love that. I love that you guys have it down though, because like me and Riley, like he was saying, like we found our niche. Like Riley's really good at like filming like the hard hitting shit where I'm like, and then like Jenna's really good at taking our photographs and and getting like all like the like behind the scenes stuff, or like just like being very aware of like I have to get these burst shots here while all this stuff is happening to see if I can't capture like a figure here. And it's like shit, yeah.
oh, speaking of
her, I'm literally
just hopped
talking
in.
up her photography right now, and it's like it's so nice that we can have we can divide up that workload, because like you're right, if it's one person doing it, it's a slog. Because like me and Riley being able to like pass off the editing, oh fuck, it is so nice.
Like, I know Aidan was giving me crap earlier on. He's like, Shawn, why you keep inviting people? Blah blah blah. Like it's going to get too crowded. I'm like, many hands make light work.
100%.
So like you're at a place, you're filming for 5 hours, let's say, and you got 2 people, me and Aidan, right?
Mhm.
Well, 5 hours on each camera, that's 10 hours.
Yeah,
another
and different angles, baby.
15 hours. You know what I mean? So then we all split it up. So like most of the time, like we're filming for like several hours, and by the time I split up all the footage with these guys, we only got like 2 hours of footage to watch each. So it's so much easier. Like before,
How do you?
before yeah, I'm sorry. Before
No,
like
keep going. Sorry.
I was watching 10, 12 hours of footage just by myself.
Yeah.
And then I got burnt out. And I think when I brought Ethan in, that's when we started changing it up. And what were you going to say? How do you
like sync up your timelines for the videos? Do you guys have like a keyword that you say, or is it like?
So what I do is, you can sync up audio depending what program you have. I think Adobe Premiere Pro has an auto.
We don't even know about that, man. That's
I don't use that. I use DaVinci Resolve. And what I do is when we start filming, I get all cameras on me and I go, and then I cut right when I smack my hands, and they're all at the same pace. As long as you don't stop filming. You know what I mean? That's the easiest way.
That makes it so much easier. Because we literally just go like, all right, you're saying that, like, find that part.
Oh, dude, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare.
So bad.
It's so hard.
You just got to make sure that you don't stop filming. Because if you stop, then it gets all messed up. You know what I mean? Like let's say camera A and camera B synced up, and then camera A films all 5 hours, but halfway in between B takes like a 2-minute break. And then you can't like put it right together like that no more, because now there's like a 2-minute gap, and then you know what I mean.
Yeah, you gotta cut it and slide it, and it's like I gotta slide it just right.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Because we try to keep our video files smaller. That way, it's just
easier to move around because we do a lot of like transferring files together. But oh god, it's hard.
Yeah,
It
because then you got like
sucks.
40 videos between the two of us, and it's like,
None of them are the same length.
yeah,
Not a single fucking one.
Nope. It's
it's just like we said, it's always interesting learning how everyone else does their like
So far, Adobe
editing
Premiere
process
is like
and file
leading.
saving process and everything, because we are a scrambled mess.
Yep.
I like doing DaVinci Resolve because it has that collaboration thing to it. So like all of us can work on the same project. All of us can watch our own footage
Oh,
at the
it
same
has
time.
that?
So
Is it like a legit cloud though, where if you edit it while you're both watching at the same time, it real time edits it?
yes. So now here's the thing though. It's like that, but not like that. So
You have to download the video.
I can edit it, right? On the
Mhm.
same timeline. Ethan can go and color grade things, but we both cannot edit at the same time. But if you have different you can't edit the same timeline at the same time, basically.
But yeah, if you're doing different, like, what do you call them? Like the sections or whatever, like audio, video.
Because like that's how Ethan can color grade while I can just
Mhm.
straight up edit.
Yeah, the
And
channels or whatever they're called.
yeah, whatever the things are, but formats or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, but you can't edit
That's crazy.
both at the same time. But it makes it so much easier. I think it's like $5 a month for
Yeah.
like the cloud thing. I like it. I know a lot of people use Premiere Pro. I look at it and I get confused. I learned
Dude.
I learned how to edit off a cracked version of Sony Vegas 13 all the way from 2013.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
That's caveman shit, man. If you want to get into
Caveman
retro,
shit.
if you want to get into retro freaking editing, that's the one.
People call us fucking crazy for using CapCut. Where it's like it's just what we fucking
I've seen it
knew.
done. Yeah, you can do that. 100%. Like that's nothing, man. Like here, let me see if I can bring it. Let me see if I can bring it up. This thing looks so old. It looks like one of them freaking big old fat TVs from the
Just
80s.
dialing up.
It's crazy. Oh my god. Here. I'm trying to
Let me try that.
present, share screen, blah blah blah. Can I do it? Here. I am sharing it now, I think.
Oh my god, it's like the oldest version of Audacity that we use.
Dude, it's ridiculous. It's so gross to look at now. But this is what I did all my videos on until like recently. Like maybe like
Wow.
9 months ago. Yeah, it's disgusting to look at.
Dude, that hurts my eyes because it's
I
like
know, I'm gonna get
CapCut
it
is
off the
set up a
screen.
lot better than that, but like, damn, like
Yeah,
that
it
is
was-
like straight up caveman, like you said.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's awful. I could never go back. And the thing is though, with my old clips like that, right? Like even my Penhurst video, which was like maybe a year ago, maybe a little less. That was filmed on that. So if I want to get all my clips from those videos, I have to go into that software. And I have to look through all of it again until I find it. So it's you can see why I'm hesitant to clip things out and make shorts, right?
Yeah, because it's like I have to go into fucking hell.
Yeah. It's awful, but
That's
I'm so
so
glad I made
funny.
the switch though. It's great.
See, like that's why I like CapCut a lot because they're actually like they're staying on the cutting edge. So like Premiere Pro is pretty great. Like everybody that has like talked about it, it's great. It's way different from what we're using, but at the same time, like CapCut offers a ton of free transitions. The Pro version offers a ton of really good ones too. You can get literal packets from the web that are like pre-made ones that people just made that you can add to it too. That's pretty lit. Not only that, they've just implemented AI into that software too. So now you can like add clips and it'll like AI generate shit for you. Like, and it'll take like our, like if we took our background right now and AI generated it, it would change it into like an anime like background scape and shit and like completely morph. And it's like, yeah,
We did it last week. It turned me into a woman.
and I was completely a different color.
Trying to
So
tell
it's
you
like
something, man.
it's fucking cool. Like I believe that it's like I like the fact that they're innovating, but it's like it's some of those features that it's like it's lacking that I really wish it had.
Mhm. Yeah. Not every video editing software can be perfect. You know, they all got their flaws and imperfections, but
Yeah, let's just make one our own. That's
yeah,
not
it's good.
not terrible.
Yeah, let's just do that. But yeah,
We can do that after cocaine strippers. Say what?
there you go. No, hey,
So,
down to PA, we got the ugly strippers,
Oh.
man.
Collab?
got another clip here that we wanted to show off for you.
Yeah, let's see it. Oh,
Who's
there's so many. Oh, I know.
Torch? Torch! Dude, it says torch.
So we're packing up, right?
That's what people call flashlights. They call flashlights torches.
Yep, we were just about to.
Whose voice
The
do I
flashlight goes
hear?
off as I'm going to grab it, and this says torch. Because think about it, there's torch from before the 1900s, right?
Uh-huh.
That's probably what they would call it, a torch.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many
Oh,
clips
Jesus.
from the Hinsdale house. Like there was the one where I'm like, show us your full power, and the light turns off, the floodlight. That one was crazy.
Oh yeah,
And that-
yeah. I've seen
And
that
that's
one.
when the peanut butter cup fell after later in that video too. That one's a gem, man. That video blew up for me too. It's got like 1.1K views or something. This did real well. It wasn't always like that. It was like one of our lowest performing videos, and then 3
Isn't
months
it
into being
wild?
uploaded, it blew up.
It's the most wild thing because the same thing happened to one of our videos that actually the first one that ever gained traction. It was like to the day that we caught the shadow figure that Jenna captured on her camera at Mouth. It was like, all right, let's repost it with some text and like let's like Riley talked over it and it got like what, like 9K views or something. It's like what the fuck?
It's at like 14,000, I think, now on Instagram Reels, and it's like 5,000 or 6,000 on YouTube Shorts.
But it goes to show where it's
But
like,
it went viral on every single platform. That was what was wild.
but it goes to show where it's like that you could have the best evidence ever and it's sitting out there and it's just there for the right
It's
taking.
3
and
years.
people are just sitting on it. Where it's
3
like,
years?
Oh yeah, 3 years, not 1
It
year.
happened 3 years ago. I just made like an anniversary video
Oh
of
my
it.
God.
It's like boom, it hit tons of eyes. I'm like, well, yeah, because this evidence is fucking crazy.
We caught a shadow figure once at Penhurst. I don't think we got a clip of it. Let me see if I can find that for you guys.
We got 2 we could actually show you.
All me, by the way.
2 full bodies.
Yeah, Aidan got that one. Good. Aidan captured the shadow figure. Don't act like you did it on purpose, though, Aidan.
No, I just swung the camera over just like
and it's
because I
there.
felt like it. Yeah.
The most compelling photo What Goes Bump Tonight has ever captured. The Reaper at Mouse Cemetery.
Yeah, that's imposed. And then
Sorry,
same
can you
place.
play that
I think
again?
it's
I was looking at my stuff to find the
No,
shadow.
you good.
Oh,
Oh
Where-
Jesus.
where is it?
Down one. There, down one. Up one. You were on it.
No, it was after this.
That right there.
No, it's right here.
Did we capture
It's a different
a
one. Yeah.
full body apparition? Let us know in the comments.
Looks like a girl in a dress. Something like that, right?
Looks like she's holding a cat. I don't know. I see a cat on the front.
Kitty.
Kitty.
I love it. Yeah, it does. You can see like hands though and everything.
And
in
like a
that.
period era dress. I don't know. It's super fucking.
Yeah, the
creepy.
fact that we say lady is like that's what we said at first too. Is it has like that flowy style of like garment, if you ask me, right? It looks like a woman.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that shadow figure that you caught though, I'll pull that up because I was actually. I think I have
Did
the
we add it to
timestamp.
the fucking?
I have the timestamp in my head.
Man.
I got
That
it
was
pulled up here unless you want to show it. It don't matter.
Oh, you already got it. He's
Yeah.
slow.
Yeah, I'm.
No, that's
if
fine.
you don't know, I broke my ankle last week, so
And
So
he's
it's affecting your hand-eye coordination? No, I'm
yeah, it's affecting.
No, it's
my
all the
hand.
muscle relaxers.
All right, so it's a little janky to see. It's super dark. I wish I brightened it up, but this was caveman editing software.
This is me no good yet.
But yeah,
Yeah,
Aidan's
we'll explain that
walking,
thing.
Aiden's walking and he goes to pan and just looks away like for a split second. Right here. And I'm like, oh, it's nothing or whatever.
What the fuck
That's
is
how fast
that?
it was. That's how fast it was. Now watch. I slowed it down just to make sure there was nothing, but you see something walk in front of that light.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Now here's the crazy part, right? Watch this. So this was a public ghost hunt, okay? Public
Was it
ghost
put on by
hunt.
Ghost Hunt USA?
No, but
No.
Oh,
No, it was
Penhurst themselves.
Penhurst
Yeah,
only.
Penhurst only.
This is a public ghost hunt, so only one group in a building at a time.
Yeah.
So we walk down here, and that's the other group waiting for us to come out to go in. So no one was in that building. That's the other group right there. And we're just sitting there. We're walking. Aidan pans just to get a overshot of the building. Then I slow that John down, and there it is.
Dude, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
we
the
found.
only shadow figure
yeah.
we ever caught. And it's
Oh,
like it's
that's
not
clean
that's-
though.
it's like, the camera isn't moving around too much.
No,
so it
it's
can't be
right
the
where it
angle of
needs
the
to be
camera.
when it needs to be too.
Yeah, no, dude, it could not have been more perfect.
I'm flabbergasted.
Yeah,
Shawn,
it's wild, right?
Shawn, do you remember we found where that was the next time we went? We checked it out.
Yes,
Yeah.
we figured out because we went to Paracon when Destination Fear went there this past year.
Yeah.
Over the summer, and we found that window. All right, that window is on a stairwell. There's 2 stairwells. There's 3 stairwells there, but only one you can use. That was on one of the stairwells that you can't go on. It's
What?
they have the doors
Lord,
locked.
There shouldn't have even been anyone.
Well, not
there.
only that,
No.
if it's on a stairwell, it's literally like one of those like very frequented like access routes in the building. So if you see a shadow going through there, yeah, it makes fucking sense on why you see a shadow going through there instead of it being like a 10-foot window off of the fucking ground where it's like, what the fuck is that? Like, okay, weird. I don't know.
Yeah,
they can
no, and the
fly.
thing, they got it locked off. Like you can't even like if you're doing a private
Dude.
investigation, like that stairwell is deemed unfit for people to walk on.
Dude,
That's actually insane.
bravo.
Yeah,
Hey, fucking bravo.
That's a solid capture right there.
Dude,
The only
that's
shadow figure we
a
got.
proverbial unicorn.
Yep.
Like straight up, like that couldn't have been more perfect timing. Aiden swinging the camera, perfect timing. Where it's
Yeah,
just like it just so
yeah.
happens. Like did you just have like a weird gut feeling where it's like I need to look?
I was being.
yeah.
I'm
I
sorry,
kind of thought like,
What if?
Yeah, well, I thought like, I'll get a shot of us walking and then show where we are. So sometimes stuff just lines up.
God,
I was
that's so
like,
cool.
when I was editing that, I saw like how fast he was moving. I'm like, now the one thing that they say about Penhurst is even during the day, it's the windows, the windows. If you look through the windows, you can see stuff. So I saw that and I was editing. And I was like, oh, I'm so lazy. I see him pan at the thing, and I'm like, oh, it was really quick.
I'm gonna cut it.
Even if there was something there, we wouldn't have caught it. It was so quick. I'm just going to look back. And I get like 2 minutes into the footage after that. I'm like, let me just make sure it's not too hard to slow it down. I slow it down. I'm like, holy shit. That's that. I almost missed that one. So
That's
yeah,
where
wow.
I'm at too. Like in the earlier investigations before we knew what we were doing, and we were just like, this is boring, cut it out. What did I miss? I don't want to go back.
You got fine tooth comb
There's
everything,
so
even the boring
much.
parts. Like that's like nothing's even going on. Like I wouldn't even put that in the video if we didn't capture anything. I probably wouldn't.
Exactly.
And
Yeah, because I mean, like, realistically, like, what's really fun to watch? People walking in towards a group of people, and then just like a quick whoop whoop. Not the best. Like, it could be good B-roll footage if you chop it and
But if
really
there's
cool.
a shadow
But
figure in
exactly.
it, it's freaking
That
the
fucking-
best.
Gotta comb it out.
And
real
it's
fucking
always
nice.
the like you wouldn't even if you weren't paying attention, you're just gonna look past it.
Yeah, no, that's me. Where it's
And
like,
you weren't even trying to capture anything.
hell nah.
You know what I
that's
mean?
when you capture the best stuff. When you don't even try.
Realistically, that's how we've caught all of the craziest, like, just like realistically, all the disembodied sounds that we've heard with our own ears. We're just like sitting there, like, what are we gonna do now? Uh-huh. The fuck?
Yeah, it's wild, man. Like I said, like we found this out the hard way. This wasn't paranormal, but
Yeah.
Aidan and I went to Constitution Drive and we filmed our outro. And then I think Aidan went to take a piss in the woods and cameras are stopped. And we hear like 3 footsteps coming towards us and then stop. We were definitely being stalked by someone or something that night. It was bipedal. It was on 2 feet. You know,
Yeah,
it wasn't
it sounded like someone looking at us or
like
something,
creeping.
and like taking a step, like they maybe absent-mindedly kind of forgot that there were leaves there before
Yeah.
approaching
Oh
us.
shit.
It was like behind us. So we had the truck, and we were over here peeing, and then it was across the road in the woods. And obviously, I just got in the truck, turned it on, and left very quickly.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to find out.
So we got a rule where we don't stop filming until we are in the car driving for at least 5 minutes, because
I like that rule.
shit like that will happen at the most unorthodox times, like that. You know what I mean? Like the shadow figure, like the noise in the woods. Like we do not stop filming until we are out of the location because anything can happen. I mean, even like you could see like a little girl run out in the middle of the road and it could be a ghost. Like that's known to happen. So even when you're driving away just for a little bit, you know what I mean? So nonstop filming. It's going to be a little more work for you in the editing process, but I guarantee you it'll pay off on one of
It
those
ain't that much more work though.
Literally, we left an investigation from Mouse Cemetery. We keep bringing it up because that night was
place is
literally the
fucking
most
nuts.
insane night ever. But as we're leaving, a tree had fallen in the road, blocking our exit.
Oh shit!
And it was a fairly large tree, and we didn't
It
hear
was
a
all the
single
way
thing.
across the road. Like I couldn't drive around it, and I was in a Durango, so like
Yeah,
off road
and
was not like out of the question.
It was a little bit windy, but like you know what I mean. Like, does a tree make a noise when it falls in the fucking woods? I would assume so.
It was like 300 yards from us.
I
We
was
should
gonna
have
say
heard it.
realistically, we should have heard it, but we didn't. And like, luckily, Riley was paying attention because like we had just turned off of like the dirt road it's on and started to like accelerate, and it's like, we can't go this way. What the fuck?
That's freaking crazy, man. Like, thank God you guys didn't get hurt. But like, even with I know I've said this multiple times, but the peanut butter cup falling at the Hinsdale house, Matt stopped filming, and because it was so quiet for like 45 minutes, we didn't get nothing, and he stopped filming to conserve battery for the next day. I kept filming because our rule never stop. Then that happens, and I had to send him the footage of it. But it is cannot stop, never stop. So anyone watching, if y'all want to make better videos and capture the best stuff, never stop filming.
Dude, I got 2 things for you. That one sucks, and one is like you're right. It's very much so way better to always be filming, at least on one camera. Because when we did our double J investigation, we were like the first paranormal team to investigate there. A lot of really weird stuff, and that it's like what 900 acres, right? Yeah, it's a gigantic property, and it used to be a giant ranch and
Some
cowboys
of
and
the
shit.
best evidence we caught on that investigation was from a static cam that was a phone left just sitting on a bar by itself for like a half hour.
Yep. And not only that, when we were done, we went back to their it's like their play ranch area where they have it all neon lit up and it looks cool. And we were like, let's do an outro here. It'll be cool. So we did like a walking away thing. And then like we were like looking back at it and we were like, yeah, this is fucking cool, dude. This is gonna be really cool in the video. And all of a sudden we hear these it sounds like somebody grabs the bar doors that are over there and it's just like clunk, 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 like trying to get in or out. And we're all like,
we're literally the only ones.
It's 4 in the fucking morning.
We're the only ones there.
Damn.
Yeah, and we're like, wow, that would have been some of the most conclusive, crazy evidence that we would have caught that night. Because a lot of it was really good, but nothing that just very distinct.
That's insane. My dad had a similar story. Also, I know this isn't in the podcast or whatever, but if you guys are open to it, you got 4 of us here, and we all got stories of our own. But like I told you before, my dad's been doing it for a long time. He's in our channel. I don't know if you want to have me and my dad on a separate time because I'm not kidding. he has so many stories to tell. He could probably talk for like 6 hours and still tell like not even half of the stories he has.
That's the best.
So he went to, I think, don't get me wrong, this is just something he told me, but I think it was the Cashtown Inn in Gettysburg. And they rented the whole place out. It was like Philly Paranormal or whatever. He had a group of like 20 people.
Fuck yeah.
And they rented the whole place out, and it was snowing that night. And the doors, like what you said, banging on the doors like someone was trying to break in. And they're like, yo, what the hell? So they run out, they each run out the back and circle around. They saw no footprints in the snow. They saw
absolutely fucking nothing.
No one, no footprints, no nothing. So it's like
we checked the whole perimeter too.
Wild.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy,
dude. Yeah, we'd love to talk to your dad though. Like, fuck yeah.
He's got some shit, man. Like,
you know what's funny?
You think our stuff is crazy? You have no idea.
He's basically your guys' paranormal papa. Because like we have our own paranormal papas that have like nurtured us into this field where it's like we got very lucky starting out to be like pretty much like gifted like these exquisite guides into this, you know. And it's like, hey, you guys are going about it in the right way. Try this. It's like, dude, I can't even.
Yeah.
It really hits like a soft spot in my heart, man. Like I grew up 6 years old, 8 years old, watching, you know, Taps, Ghost Hunters, Ghost Adventures on the couch with my dad.
Destination
Truth. Now we're making YouTube videos together. It gets me.
It's full circle. Yeah, it's full circle as hell, dude.
I'd love nothing more, man.
If we're gonna get all gushy for a minute, dude, that's seriously the best thing ever. Because I love hearing these stories. Because you know, like, realistically, when I started and like when we started this, you know, like, but like personally, I wasn't super confident in who I was yet, and I didn't really know, you know, what I wanted to do with life. And then it's like finding that medium or that platform to be able to like present this type of like evidence that's like I'm super passionate about it, and then to see, you know, like all just the love, and then it's like just being able to be a part of something that feels bigger to me than what it ever, you know, like could have imagined it being, is like it's so fucking wonderful to be able to just like sit back and just be like, yeah, dude, everybody's homegrown, these roots run real deep, like it's fucking great.
Couldn't agree more. So much more than just paranormal.
Oh, it is so much more.
It's so much more. It's like it's really like a real community, and it's bringing people closer together to share experiences that some people might say are crazy, and that you're a lunatic for even thinking that happened to you, because ghosts aren't real, right?
Yeah,
right.
To know that there's like literally like a group of people that are out there, like, I believe you, like I know exactly what you're talking about because it happened to me too. So
it's funny to think that like there's more of us out there that have had experiences like this, and it's so genuinely amazing to be able to be like, hey, this is happening, like you're welcome here, like it's not taboo anymore, it's not like you're gonna be ridiculed. Like putting all of this evidence forward is just like, it's proof to me that there's something for us, like no matter which way we cut it, like something's after this. Like granted, who knows what it is yet, but I have a pretty good feeling that it's going to be a hell of a ride.
Oh yeah.
Right. And the YouTube community, like you guys, like some of the evidence you've captured, like mind blowing. And then there's other evidence out there that
it's just
like
these fucking diamond
it's just
mines.
normal people with a camera capturing paranormal evidence, proving that ghosts exist
fucking everywhere.
And like it's some mind blowing shit. Some of it's actually terrifying too.
Oh yeah. I don't know, man. It's so like surreal. Like we're just four.
Oh no,
Joe! No,
Joe. He was taken.
Fell asleep. He just
the demons got him.
The demons. Oh my god, we gotta make a
They
video.
got him, bro. They got him.
They got him.
Oh, R.I.P. Joe.
We were getting too mushy for him.
Yeah, he had to leave. Nah, I'm sure he'll find his way back in. Just look.
And quick.
He's
I'm
coming.
sorry.
I missed you.
You've now
Joe.
lost your spot in the lines. You're not the back.
On my screen, I'm where Joe is now. I don't know
Oh my
about everyone
God.
else.
I just
Yeah.
Ethan and I flipped from my screen. My internet
Yeah,
cut
we
out
did
quick,
slid.
so if it does again, I might have to reset it real quick.
Dude, understandable technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
But I'm back.
RIP's in the chat.
Rip the jaw, rip jaw.
Oh, does it go? I guess
Funny
it's
that we're
different.
talking about afterlife and then Joe just goes and dies on us.
Are you a ghost, Joe?
Oh my
I
God,
can't
Joe.
reveal that. I'm sorry.
Allegedly.
That's something a ghost would say. So we're on to you.
I know you guys had some shorts pulled up you wanted we were watching before. Is there any more you had?
I think there's a
wondering.
couple more on the playlist. There might be one or two. I know you guys have limited short videos, and it's like you relatively like new
So much.
channel game, it seems, but like, oh man, exquisite.
Thank you. Yeah, no, we have so much stuff that we've captured that's not in shorts. I gotta
What's one of
start.
your favorite shorts? Point that out to me. And
Honestly, we could go from the fucking
I
start.
couldn't even name what shorts we got going on.
All right,
Let me
start from
look.
the beginning. We're gonna go back. You know, when you can't find a home, you got to go back to the beginning.
all right, I'm gonna go.
That's as Michigan as I can get
with
right
the
now.
one that draws. We're gonna go.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. Is
I don't
this
think you've talked about this yet.
which
so
one?
I'm interested.
Which one is
Fort,
that?
well, we've talked about Fort Mifflin, but this is one of the shorts
This
from that.
which one is this? Because there's two. Okay, that's not the one I'm thinking of, but there's one. Go ahead, yeah, play it. We'll talk about it.
We'll save
Which
that for last.
disease killed you? Which disease killed you?
Whooping cough.
Whooping cough,
Which
baby.
disease-
Whooping cough.
Now,
Yeah.
now this is what I was talking about, the black screen days, right?
Yeah,
The
dude,
black
that's
screen
literally-
That was where we
literally
started.
have the same like path. Like it's crazy. Like this is literally what our early videos look like. It's just a black screen with a little light.
One of the best pieces of evidence we ever caught was a duck going off, and the duck went off for like 45 minutes straight on command. But it's a black video with a duck lighting up in the middle of it.
Really?
Yeah, so like it's super, super cool. And we'll be like, can you touch that duck and make it light up? And then they'll just start flashing. And it's like, Jesus fuck, dude, you have to click a button in this thing. And we bought it at the like Walmart or Meijer that we have here in Michigan, that like on the way there after we were buying fucking food and drinks.
Why wouldn't it let me go full screen with it? It's weird.
Because shorts don't go
Trying
full
to
screen, they're only
find-
9x16.
This is one of the best pieces of evidence we ever captured, in my opinion.
This one right here.
Dude, spirit boxes are the bomb.
Which one? Hold on.
Female
No,
boys
not
caught
that
through
one.
the
But it's we got some. I'm trying to find it on my own. 'Cause I
In
don't know
this
if we have a
investi-
short of it.
Isn't it wonderful though when you have so much like a wealth of fucking great evidence to go through that it's hard to find it?
Well, it's just I don't know what shorts we got. You know, I found it though on my screen. This is some of there's a black screen, so everyone bear with me. But listen, this is some of the best spirit box evidence we've ever captured. Channel hit 100%. Okay, so my girlfriend's there. Okay, so it's this is back when Ethan wasn't in it. And I don't even know if Joe was here. Joe couldn't make it. He bailed out last second, so we replaced Joe with my girlfriend. So it's me, my dad, my girlfriend, Aidan, and Damon. And we're in a casemate, which is basically like a giant jail cell that they put like 40 people in.
Oh,
back
Jesus.
in
Okay,
Fort
yeah.
Mifflin. Yeah. So we're getting crazy spirit box. Now, this is a war fort. So there's prisoners of war in here, right? So my girlfriend, being the only girl in there, started getting affected. So my dad goes, "Hey, can you ask if they're affecting the girl in the back?" And I'll let you listen to this.
Are you affecting the girl on the bench?
Are you? Did you hear that?
It's in the. I love this because like I'll dissect this right here and now. There's
Was the
no
audio
fucking
playing
way.
or no?
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
playing.
you got it.
But
Okay,
there's
yeah.
no fucking way that it sweeps as fast as it is, and how many radio stations that it came over. That is radio. It literally says I did over like 12 or 15 different radio stations.
Well,
No
the thing
fucking
is,
way.
I detuned my spirit box to get only white static noise.
Okay,
So
I love that.
I don't get any radio crap at all because when I first bought it, it was
Yep.
so I hated that, and I was like,
Oh yeah.
well, how do I get this more like Ghost Adventures, right? So I
Right.
looked into it, and I'm like, because you don't want that, because then it can give you false answers.
100%.
So I detuned it. So basically, you just detach the antenna from it, I guess, on the motherboard or circuit board or whatever. It's really not that hard. I found a video how to do it on YouTube, but now every answer we get, we don't barely get voices coming through on there, but when we do, it's clear and loud, just like that.
Dude, that's fucking sweet.
We don't. We have 2 of them. We should do that on one of them for sure. Just
Yeah.
We have an
test it.
SB7 and 2 S boxes. So like,
Yeah, I got
realistically, like,
that's
we could.
the SB7.
We should do it with the SB7.
I think it's really easy. I feel like I could even show you guys how to do it one day if you want to hop on.
We were about
Oh,
to
yeah,
like
we
dissect
totally
a
do that.
GoPro to turn it into a static cam.
There you
Because
go.
it's not terribly hard to do it either. All you have to do is jump a couple hot wires on the motherboard as well, which realistically I'm no fucking electrician, but it just like if you apply yourself, it's not as hard as you think. And like realistically, if you need to cut some corners from costs, you're not cheating. Like it's literally like a science experiment where it's like you did this back in school times. Like it's just more applied to what you're doing now, and it's more fun that way.
Yeah. But now, man, that I think you sit me here and you ask me one of the best pieces of paranormal evidence we've captured. That's got to be like top 5.
Yeah, how do you tell me that that's radio interference when there's no way that it's interfering with radio signals coming through?
That's one of the best spirit box sessions we've ever had. Like there's like a 7-minute section of that video. Is this the nurse? Yes. Or who are we talking to? Girl. What killed you? Whooping. That was from that same segment later on in the video. So I don't think we ever captured anything quite like that ever again. Like that much activity in that in one segment like that. Like we were at McCurdy Schoolhouse. That video is not posted yet. But we captured like 1 or 2 really good voices, but that's it. We only captured decent voices like that here and there, like every so often. We don't ever capture anything like that. So when we make our return to Fort Mifflin, probably next year sometime, we gotta go and go back in that casemate and figure that out. So that was wild.
Yeah, no, that's fucking insane. So like our good buddy Tommy recently was telling us about how he was just using this new equipment basically that he had bought from like a consignment shop basically, where it's just you turn some dials and it'll like take static noise from the radio basically, and it's same concept of taking out that radio interference basically, so you can tune it to a static station where there's nothing playing and it's just an open channel, and then if you just slowly turn the dial so it's not turning it off of the channel yet, like you'll hear responses to things. And he said he had some of the craziest responses ever, and it's like I'm so excited to see some of that stuff because he's always innovating, it feels like, and it's always nice to hear, like, how we were saying earlier, like these little nuggets of information where it's like I thought the SB7 was complete crap, I'm not gonna lie, because like how you said, like
it is if you don't
can't
detune it.
fucking stand it. It's literally like and then it's like
no,
Michael
exactly.
Jackson.
Like I bought it and not even Ghost Adventures, but everybody using it, I'm like, it's white noise. It's good. It works. What the heck is this crap? I thought I got ripped off. And then I hours of just trying to like figure out what the heck to make it, all static white noise. And oh yeah, you got to detune it. So I'm like, what? So because I guess it's essentially just a radio when they give it to you. They don't detune it or anything. So you got to do that yourself. So I would, don't mess it up. It's only like $60 or whatever, but
yeah, it's not the end of the world.
No, it's not. I would suggest detuning it and trying. Now, granted, it's not going to be 100% every time, but
wrong one. Sorry, I have a something pulled up from one of our spirit box sessions actually that is like super interesting because like we use the S box a lot, and like I think we caught some of the most definitive evidence that I've ever seen happen with an S box in our like investment. And this is the door moving too.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and then if you look towards where the handle is, like there's like a shadow that popped out. It's weird.
Oh, that's weird.
It gets wilder.
Yeah.
Clean this one out.
I almost tripped on the chair too. I don't know if you've seen that.
What? It said what?
I love you.
I love you.
So I'm gonna dissect this for you guys and see what you think of our little theory here. So we actually think that we were speaking to Asher Walton because I was in the Asher Walton house in the Asher Walton
In their main bedroom.
in their main bedroom where his office was as well. We think he was actually talking to his wife Julia, who said to haunt over by this window that overlooks like the whole town.
I'll be right
Because-
back. I got pee real bad. Keep going.
Oh yeah, do your thing.
Keep going.
Because right after that, the Spirit Talker app said window, and we ran over to the window and we heard a woman's voice. So we think Asher Walton wasn't actually talking to us. He was using the spirit box to talk to Julia.
Or we caught him just speaking out
Or
loud.
just speaking
Because
to her.
you heard how loud it was. When it came through, it was the loudest time I have ever heard that S-Box say anything in my entire life. And it's like, how does that work? You know, like usually it's the same volume, but when it was just like, did you know? Like, I don't think that's Bill Nye coming through. Like, Jesus fuck. Like, what is happening? And then the fact that right after like that and like how it cuts, there was maybe 10 seconds between that where it's like, all right, did you know what? And then it's like, I love you. Who else would he be talking to? Probably not us. We immediately thought he was talking to us. And I was like, I'm flattered.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? It's like one of those things where it's like, oh shit. Like, if that was the radio, great fucking timing, guys. I don't know what just happened.
I mean, when you were playing the clip, I almost didn't think the voice actually came from the spirit box. It was so loud. I've never heard anything that loud from it ever.
Right?
In any clip.
Yeah, we shit our bricks. Like you saw how freaked out we got.
Dude,
I
I literally almost tripped over the chair behind me.
Yeah, like everybody almost did a backflip is how it felt. Like my entire body felt like I just got shocked. I was just like, get this out of my hand. Like that was cool, but like what the fuck was that?
Yeah, when something really weird happens, sometimes you're just like, get away.
Yeah, like, I don't try to
Yeah.
go like, you know, like over exaggerate shit, but like when something crazy like that happens, it's like your adrenaline spikes. Like I'm just as colorful as they come anyway. So
Yeah, we've never been ran out of a location.
I've never been too scared. Yeah, never have had to leave because I was too afraid of a place.
Yeah, it's messed up when that happens.
Oh my god, I don't want it to happen.
Oh, trust me, you keep doing what you're doing, it's gonna happen one day.
Well, the Tommy's video that actually released not too long ago, it shows off how ridiculous I am sometimes on investigations because I'll walk into a place and I'll be like, touch me, love me, hug me. And it's like, the fuck did he just say? And then the whole night I'm just like, come on, give me a hug. Like, let's be friends. Because I don't know, it just feels right sometimes to just like humanize the spirit. And then throughout the whole night, we're getting like crazy responses that like are very accurate to what, you know, like I had asked earlier in the night for a hug, basically. And then later in the night, the mood shifts and it's just basically like, no, you can't have a hug. Like, fuck off. Like, I'm a demon.
Okay, but if a random guy came into your house and started saying that, you'd be kind of weirded out.
Shit. I mean, to be fair, I'd be like a lot less like aggravated if he came in like, I want a hug. And said he's like, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Yeah. That's
I don't like either. Both scenarios are shit. Like I'm eating a shit pie anyway, we cut it.
Is your buddy Tommy Tombstone in attendance tonight?
He's probably
drinking.
I gotta say, he seems like a fun guy. I love to like,
Dude, he's
yeah, he's
great.
a blast.
do something with him, man. Like
Yeah,
he
we
seems
got
like a fun guy to
we got
hang out with.
stupid lucky on how we met him because Riley went
Yeah,
on
you showed up at the
investigation.
same time to a random like graveyard,
Cemetery.
right?
Yeah, one of the most well-known ones around. Actually, it's like 15 minutes away from where we live. And then Tommy had to drive, like 3 hours away. And it just so happened that Riley was there that night, and I was babying my baby. And it's like, oh Jesus, like fucking what was that? 2-3 years ago now? 2 years ago?
3 years ago.
Really?
3 years
I
ago,
thought it was
yeah.
more
And
recent
it's
than
like
that.
Jesus. It all because we haven't been able to investigate with him, is it? And even when we were able to like collaborate, it was before we knew what the fuck we were doing.
It was during COVID.
Yeah.
COVID fucked a lot up.
Yeah.
Say that.
Sure did. But I do think it's a good time to end it because my foot is actually killing me. And
2.5
Give it
hours.
time.
That's light.
And
work.
we are going to be live tomorrow too with
Yeah.
with Paranormal, who was in the chat. So make sure
Shout
you
out.
find his links and give him a sub. Also, all your guys' links are down below. So if you're not following them on any of the social medias or anything like that,
You
find
need
all
to.
that stuff down below as always.
Everybody in the chat, MVPs, love you guys. Everybody. And everybody that has their own paranormal channel and whatnot. Fucking gold mines. Telling you. Everybody has something to offer. And it is the best community there is.
100%. I second that.
Oh,
I
look,
third that.
talking about
Jesus,
it.
God's devil.
Tommy!
All right, I need to count how many pops have been topped tonight. Now that you've been beckoned here, boy. We were just talking you up too, buddy.
Yeah, we're about to send it off, and Tommy pops in the chat.
But realistically, you guys, like, I love all of your content. Like, for the small amount that I've been able to like digest recently, it's like it is superb, and you guys are on the right track. And
Yeah,
I commend the style.
I
you use
recommend
out
if you
there.
haven't checked out their channel yet, start off with the Pine Barrens one because the intro is
It's fire.
Bro, if you think that intro
lit.
is fire, wait for this second one. When our return video drops on Halloween the 31st, it's going to blow that intro out of the water, guaranteed.
Do you have
I
a
put
premiere
money on it.
time?
What?
Do you have a premiere time for Halloween?
I think I said 7.
7?
Oh, we
7
gotta be
p.m.
account-
Eastern Standard Time.
6 thus far. That's good work. Although
6
that's
tops.
light work for you, buddy. I know you can put in about 6 more. In about an hour. But you guys are fucking the best. I love you guys. Seriously, keep up the good work. You know that we're gonna be checking out everything, and if there ever comes a time that you guys find your way up towards the Michigandy way, and same goes for us, like you best believe we're going to come out there and see
Oh,
the
I'll
Pine
hit you
Barrens
up.
one day. Speaking
We
of
gotta
Project
get
Unknown
Pine
earlier,
Barrens
too.
cooking, bro. I don't mean to keep extending this, but
No, we can extend it as long
Midwest
as we want.
goodbye. Yeah,
okay.
it's fine.
From what we captured at the Pine Barrens on that first one with the knocking, so many people are like, bro, we need to go out there. So like I'm gonna be bringing like 6 different people out there, which I have no problem with. That's awesome, dude. I love to go to the Pine Barrens with you guys. I love to. You ever up in our area? Oh,
We could just like
no, Tommy, dude.
yeah.
Tommy, hit me up on Twitter, bro. I think I follow you.
Yeah, same
But
with
no, if you guys
Project
are ever up
Unknown.
our way, like any of you in the chat that have your own thing, we've been there multiple times. We can show you around.
They're out that
if you
way.
want to hit the Pine Barrens with us, shoot us a DM on Twitter, comment on one of our videos, just do anything, and I'll see it. So if you guys want to
I'm
do
telling you,
anything with
dude,
me, let me know.
Project Unknown, like they're right there in your neck of the woods right now, and they just had a video that we just did last week with them that they showed us a bunch of Pine Barrens stuff, and it's like you guys would literally like if you guys showed each other your evidence, it's like all right, let's get out there, my guy, like my dudes, my
Maybe
dogs.
we gotta make that happen. Then what you say, Project Unknown?
Oh yeah,
let's do
Yep.
it.
See, look at
Yo,
that.
we could,
We're building bridges. I fucking love it.
We could like take over
Gen Z,
one of
hit
the,
me up. We
campgrounds.
can schedule. Hey, anyone in the chat, just text me. I'll schedule it. We got it. We got an open
Realistically,
thing.
What we need to do is just like host our own paranormal event and like put on a Paracon and then get all the boys and all the channels and everybody out there and then just, like just fucking do the damn thing.
The biggest collab that ever
Giant
happened on
network.
YouTube. Coming
Big
soon.
Literally. Now it's like these bridges have been made and this is why this is the fucking greatest thing in the world.
Heck yeah. We all got the same goals, man.
We do for sure.
We're all doing the same goddamn thing. Cookie cutter as they fucking come.
Yes, sir.
No, we're not cookie cutters.
I do like cookies though. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
like cookies as well. I like a lot of food. I
I
like
think it's
most
my
food.
brain going, I'm high.
I'm a sweets guy, so
Facts.
Yeah.
That's big facts.
100%. But yeah.
I love you guys.
I love you.
Feels as
Yo,
honor.
this was
Thank you.
great.
Thank you
This
for
was
having us
great.
on, though.
Yeah, thank
No, thank
dude.
you guys.
Bro.
This went so much better than I
this is
thought
a
it would.
paranormal show, dude.
This is great. You guys are so cool. We like matched energies right away, man. We're on the same. Like from the
Same
moment we
vibe.
started, we were on the same page. So,
Oh
dude,
yeah.
I love you guys. Like I
love.
said, if
Thank
you want
you.
me and my dad on, because he's got so many stories to tell, just let me know. We can
Yep.
schedule it whenever. I don't care. So,
All right, December, probably looking at that then. I'll say we're
Bet.
still filling out spots and then, but yeah, fuck yeah.
hell yeah, man.
I'm all
cool with
about
that.
it.
Yeah, and with that being said, folks, remember to keep your ears and eyes open for where it really goes.
Boom. In the night. Also, go Lions.
No. Go